pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the margin of victory, kind of.
Right.
So when you're in a negative number, that means that you're.
Then your average game, you're losing
by a whole lot.
Right.
I mean, a number like negative 65, this early in the season is pretty rough.
That's horrible.
Then the pitching numbers pretty much support this stat right here. I mean, the team ERA is 4.70, which is 26th in the league. They have 126 walks allowed. They acquired Jared Weaver in the offseason, and he really has not panned out. He's off to one of the worst starts in any of the pitchers in 2017. Mm-hmm. He's 0-4 with a 6.05 ERA. In May alone, he already has 12 earned runs. 12 earned runs in May. And, another one of their pitchers, Clayton Richard, he's 2-4 with a 4.34 ERA. And, in May, he has 6 earned runs and 12 innings pitched. So they're not pitching well. And on top of that, they are also not batting well.
Right. But it kind of sucks because Manuel Margot is doing pretty good. His the past few at bats, his last.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
White keys only have this bitch jumping.
Okay. If I sit around, hold up. Look. If I sit around, hold up. Yeah. Rebel Rock. Let's do it.
If I sit around, I'ma smoke some more. Wasn't even thinking about smoke before, but I'm in my head, I'm in the bed. Don't know who I am, like I'm wearing a mask. Work them old, tell them where the cash. If you wear the cash, tell them where the cash. If you play it for you, gon' run it back. Don't make promises, but I promise that. Don't promise me, cause I ain't into that. Fell in love with that and got hurt from that. That was all over and the curtains back. Can't see you not noticing that. I'm letting it go, it ain't holding me back. Yeah, I'm on dice, but ain't come for the crap. Drinking with uncle, we only do jack. How I'm alive, I thank God for that. Praying about it, things getting better. Open it up with my name on the letter. Why you crazy about it? Saying whatever, you shy to be you. You know you gotta be you. Sometimes I need privacy too. Yeah, you know I ride. You know I ride, and you know you ride for me too. Yeah, you know I. Look, you like getting that hit for real. When it's me and Murray, just us, we chill. I'm in a rush to get off to get you. Never ever had to floss to get you. Pay the dues that it cost to kiss you. Rug burns on the carpet with you.
Oh yeah. Come on, dog, throw this in there. Had to dedicate this to the homie out of New Orleans. Break. Said she wanna bump that. You wanna do it? Go ahead, do it.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait, hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait. Mom, what? Huh?
What? Hold
What'd you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Just a Bit Outside radio show.
There is one glaring stat that I read about while watching the games over the weekend. New York Yankees went 22 straight innings with at least one strikeout.
Really?
That's a major league record for the postseason.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an interesting statistic.
It is. And then when you think about it, it's like, okay, that, to me, that's like a big reason why, they're losing right now.
was the one for me. Ever since then, we been vibing on some chemistry. It's just a matter of time. I know she feeling my vibe. I got the keys to the ride. She put her hands on my thigh. She got that look in her eye. That's hell what I'm riding. Royalty, call me highness. All day and overnighted. Cause it's crunch time when I'm grinding. This Adderall got me nauseous. Proceed with caution. Tired of lane, I'm exhausted. Poppin' Zanny Zan, sipping out the faucet. I'm confused, don't know what I'm doing. Wait, what I'm doing? Got me going where the f I'm going. Out of space where I'm going. Where I'm going. Where I'm going. Out of space where I'm going. Out of space where I'm going. I'll be up in the way. 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 Running on my face. Gucci guilty on my face. I'll be up in the way. 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 Can I talk to you? I've been working hard. I've been up all night. I just been so high. I feel nothing off the sands. Withdrawals killing me. I need something to sleep. Need you on top of me. I need to get high. Dreams designer all night. Chanel should be haunting my dreams. Wearing my clear on my sleeve. I'm not who you need me to be. Indigo sound for the team. Royalty sound for the team. Hippie vibing for the team. I need space, girl. I need to get out, yeah. Slow my motions, leaning. I've been out, yeah. Never worry about me. I've been chilling. Can't do this no more. I'm in my feelings. Can't put your business all out in the open. Can't fix a heart that's already been broken. You changed my ways, I'm already hopeless. I take my time, I figure it out, girl. You know you are. I'll be up in the way. 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 Running on my face. Gucci guilty on my face. I'll be up in the way. 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 I'll be up in the way.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome. This is Nate, your host of the Artist Exchange Radio Show. This is our first open house for 2019. I keep saying 18 in my head, but time has gone by. So we are here. And you can come on down 200 East Lexington Street, Suite 711. Come on down, advertise your business, and we got a special surprise once you get here. So come on down. We'll be broadcasting live until 4 p.m. So get on downtown to, again, 200 East Lexington Street, Suite 711. I'm sorry, I'm in another building, another time zone. But our first two guests, we have Mr. Mervin. Mr. Mervin Bourne, and Miss Lolita Walker. Hello. They are both authors, business owners, and they're going to tell us a little bit about ourselves. But I'll start over here with Miss Lolita. Miss Walker.
Thank you for having us today.
Thank you.
Hi everyone. I am Lolita E. Walker. I am the owner of Walker & Walker Enterprises, which is a personal and professional coaching organization for overall wellness.
Okay.
What I do is empower women and teams to embrace, act, and thrive. Embrace where you are today, act in your strengths. No problem. Okay.
Your mic back.
When you're live, you make it happen.
There you go.
All right, got to turn me on. Is that better?
Much better.
Okay. So again, I'm Lolita E. Walker. I own Walker & Walker Enterprises, which is a personal and professional coaching organization, and it's all about wellness. I empower busy women and teams to embrace where they are, act in their strengths, and really thrive in their greatness.
That's what's up. How long have you been doing this?
So I've been doing this almost 2 years on my own, but I just leaped from corporate America after 17 and a half years.
Took that jump.
Took that leap. It was tough, but you know what? We have so many strengths within us, and sometimes you get nervous, but you leap and then you're in it.
I tell people it's never the right time.
Yep.
You never have your bills paid up enough. You never have enough saved. Like, it's just never the right time. I would rather you plan for it instead of just, you know, one day, if that was when we was in our teens, I don't need this job. I can get another job. But definitely plan for it. I wouldn't say just out of the blue do it, but sometimes it happened. I became my first entrepreneur when I was on vacation from work. And something just said, I'm not going back. And I just, in that moment, decided. But I also had a paycheck coming after that, too. But you got to save up and you got to plan, but it's never enough. Because anything can happen. And you'll realize buying business cards and, you know, getting things in order. And if you got a brick and mortar, you got to worry about those bills. So plan. So transition out. Don't just make that even break. And at some point, the break is going to be so easy that it just happens by itself. So was that your experience, or was it just one?
I was a little different. I was a little different. I was in corporate America. I had an opportunity to move to take a different opportunity within the same company. And, you know, I looked at it and it didn't mesh up with what my values were. It was going to be in New York. I love New York, but I didn't necessarily want to move there with a 6-year-old son. I had to make a decision. And my decision was, nope. I'm not going to take this opportunity. I've learned so much. And so I leaped. It wasn't time for me to go there, but it was time for me to figure out what it was I wanted to do.
And you'll keep getting those forks in a road every time.
That's
and then it'll keep nagging at you. And then if you don't make the decision, it'll go away. And then it's going to come back in a different way. And sometimes the decision becomes harder and harder. Because that opportunity is like, I can live in New York? What is going on? But it ain't always for you to decide. Sometimes that's your out. Often. So Mr. Mervin, right? Bourne, let us know about you and who you are.
So my name is Mervin Bourne. I'm a New Jersey native, Morgan State University.
Go Morgan! Come on now.
We gotta start vetting these guys a little bit more. Coppin, thank you.
All love. Not bad.
I'm an attorney by profession. I've been practicing attorney for over 15 years.
What's your field of law?
Criminal law, primarily.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. So, but
you're really calm to be a criminal attorney.
You know, presence is everything. And, you know, you got to be able to think clearly, see clearly, think 10 steps ahead, all that. So being calm helps with that. But my life's passion has always been helping people, mentoring people. And I always say sometimes you can find work in your daily everyday that lines up perfectly with your life's purpose and your life's mission. Sometimes there's an overlap, it might not be a perfect fit. And sometimes you have to find your life's purpose and mission completely outside of what you do on a daily basis.
Those things that you work for free or you volunteer often in line with that passion.
So fortunately, I've been able to take a career path where I've been satisfied that I'm making the world better. I'm giving back to people who I need to give back to, communities that I need to give back to. But I've always had a feeling and a desire to do more, to do different things, and to let my experiences, whether it's great experiences, painful experiences, but all the things that make me me, all the things that I've learned from over the years, to bring those things together so that they could be a blessing to the rest of the world. And that idea culminated into me writing my first book, A Single Mother's Guide to Raising a Son.
And it's incredible because these are two different stories of taking that leap. Because if you left your opportunity where you are, I call them benefactors, that's what they are, those benefactors, aka jobs. If you left that, you probably wouldn't have the resources to be able to help the people that you're helping in order to do your passion or perform your passion. So it's not always jumping, but it's also looking at what the opportunity is and what the benefactor is, and does this aid to me going forward or does it block me? And both of you made two different decisions, and I think that's incredible because your book spoke to what your profession is. Like, I read the book, it's been a couple years, but from what I can remember, it spoke to what your profession is and kind of the world of it almost, if you will. So let's jump forward a little bit. Both of you are authors. Now, we live in a world where everybody has an opinion now, and it's so easy to put it in a book. But what made that next journey for you? Because both of you expressed yourself, and I haven't read your book yet, Ms. Lolita, but I'm quite sure what you want to do is in this book. How did you decide that this was a part of your journey as well?
Okay, so I'll go first.
And this is our book, Intersection of You and Change.
Yes, the intersection of you and change. So, Nate, this is exactly what you were talking about. We find ourselves standing exactly at this intersection, trying to make a decision. Do I go right or do I go left?
I didn't even see that.
See?
That's crazy.
Yes. And when you look at this intersection, you find yourself in all of this change. So what I do as a certified life and executive coach, and what I do for you, is I take you from where you are standing right now to where you want to go. In that journey that you were talking about, is very personal. It's emotional. And
customized.
Yes, absolutely. So it's not cookie cutter. And the beauty of this book is that it is a women's empowerment guide to leap to her unknown. And as I say, a women's empowerment guide, although I have tailored this for a woman, so many men have read it and have given me feedback that
we lost too, Miss
Yes, absolutely.
This is
Everybody needs help, yes. And the reason why I tailored this to a woman is really because we are so busy giving of ourselves to everyone else, and very rarely do we take a pause. But as I've gotten feedback, it's like, hey, I'm rarely taking a pause too, right? A man. So what this does is it takes you aboard Lolita's change train, right? And I journey you through 17 steps of self-discovery, of motivation, of affirmations, of self-help and self-love. So it takes you through Journey Junction, which is your first stop, all the way down to stop 17, which is Gratitude Gateway.
Where are you from? DC?
Yes, so I'm from everywhere. I have a melting pot.
The title names. That sounds real DC.
Yes, so raised in Southeast, moved to Accokeek, Maryland, which is where I reside now. Graduated from Morgan State, moved to Boston.
Two of them.
Yes.
You know what?
Oh, you didn't know we knew each other?
I'm just keep going on.
That's just bare love right here.
Surrounded by greatness right now.
Y'all in there in hibernation right now.
So inside of the book, I know you haven't gotten a chance yet, but I'll show your viewers, our viewers as well today, is that you stop at Journey Junction. It takes you through an acronym of poetry about a journey. And then not only do I just talk to you, but I also challenge you with questions that challenge your own thinking and help you to
open some things up.
Yes, and it becomes your own journey. So we're on this train together, and we're going to help you leap together.
So how much of this was your journey?
Yes, every single stop, which is a chapter, has a section that is my journey. And I don't answer where my journey ends, but I tell you about a journey or whatever communication circle. I tell you about a gap or a situation and then leave you with questions, because I don't want to prompt you in your thinking. It's to trigger you so that now you can answer these questions.
All right, and that's really important, because I've tried some life coaches and it's more so they're taking me on their journey, and it doesn't, like, I'm normally an artist and they're normally business corporate minded, and that's a different journey, even though we kind of cross paths a couple times, but everybody is a little bit different, because some people have a lot of skill sets in a certain area but lack in other areas, and you got to really tailor that type of support to how and where people are.
Absolutely. Got to meet them where they are.
Exactly.
I love it. Yep.
Mr. Mervin, I keep saying Melvin. Mervin.
Yes.
There we go. So tell me about the book in terms of who you are and your connection between the two of you.
Right. So one of the inspirations behind the book was me coming to the conclusion that all of my experiences were not accidental, and the places that I've been, every stop that I've been up until I was approaching 30 was not a coincidence. It was not an accident. And the other thing that I started to realize is that everywhere I went in life, I saw fewer and fewer people that looked like me. And it dawned on me that I was raised by a single mother from approximately 11 or 12 years old due to my parents separating. And it dawned on me that that is becoming the new norm, and that two-parent households is no longer the norm in this country and in many parts of the world. And that because of that, there are challenges that parents are facing, and in communities of color, especially African American communities, the mother is the primary parent 70 to 80% of the time. So we throw around the term single parent all the time, but when you say single parent in America, 70% of the time you're talking about a woman. So let's just call it what it is, right? And if you're a boy, then you're being raised by a woman. If you're a woman and you have kids, you probably have a son or several sons, and you're raising that boy into a man without another man in the home. And so the reality is, and the realization I came to is that for the most part you're guessing. You're doing a whole lot of guessing. And
that's parenting anyway. Just imagine if you're missing one of them sides.
So parenting in general, especially for the first child, is already a lot of trial by error. It's an adventure all in itself. But if you're a woman raising a boy to be something that you will never ever be, which is a man, then you're doing a lot of guessing. And if I could take my experiences, whether it's from childhood, from being in corporate America, from being a college athlete, from dealing with the criminal justice system, dealing with the child welfare system, and put all of those experiences together, and also consider from my mother's perspective, from a woman's perspective, what are the things that she is thinking about when she's raising her child? What are the challenges that she's facing? And then as the son, what are the things that I need to be a successful young man and then grown man?
I remember, Mervin first was on this station with Gangsta Goddess, and I think Tracy was on for a quick second also. But one of the conversations her and I had after the show that you did was that is detrimental, because often, especially in a lot of these urban cities, we have a lot of mothers that are doing the best that they can, but they're often raising young men to be the men that they desire to have. And that could sometimes be destructive. It could sometimes be a good thing, but you're not looking at, like you said, the needs of that individual that you're raising and what they want and what their needs are.
And you're also raising them with the ideas about what being a boy and being a man is to you as a woman. And sometimes that's totally wrong. So sometimes it's not totally wrong, sometimes it's just a little off.
But it's from the outside. It's an outside perspective of what you desire and what you think to be true.
Right. So what I realized had never been done is that no one ever looked at the struggle and the challenge of a woman raising a son from the son's perspective. Or the struggle of a woman trying to figure out how to raise a boy into a successful man from the perspective of a man who was raised by a single mother.
You're going to stir some pots up right now.
That's the point.
I remember this story because, you know, being raised by a single mom, that's the thing. And as you get older, you realize what you did not have because of the roadblocks that are ahead of you right now and how you relate and how you deal with things. How has it been writing this book? And then having a friend like this who is working the way she is, how did that help you? Like, how did y'all books kind of cross paths a little bit?
Well, before he gets started, I am a single mom, and so I have a great relationship with my ex-husband, and we co-parent our child very successfully. But when it comes to the day-to-day and being there presently every day, I am a single mom. And so what I was able to do through Mervin's book, because I have read it, is I was able to take the tips and the perspective of stepping back outside of myself and saying,
that's an important word, perspective.
Yes. And I was able to say, wow, you know, when you get out of your own head and are open, whether it's coaching, whether it's reading a book, when you step back and really take it in for what it's worth, then you allow yourself to receive. And that's what I was able to do. And so what I was able to do through reading his book was really pick up some nuggets of, you know, my son is 6. The perspective from a man growing up in a single parent household, what he felt going through, then what I feel as a woman.
Right.
You know, he has the perspective of his mom, but what I'm feeling right now as a woman in
and
comparison.
The clock already started, even at 6. It started already. Once they can comprehend who people are, it's starting to put things together and see where the holes are.
Absolutely. They're watching, we're watching. I watched how your mother resolves conflict, how your mother deals with stress, how your mother disciplines you, how your mother interacts with her female friends, how she interacts with her male friends. You know, so all of those things go into what kind of teenager your son will be, what kind of young man your son will be, and eventually it will directly impact how successful he's able to become.
I think both of these books will give us perspective on, and because I work with children, I'm always from the perspective of children, what children understand. And I think a lot of parents be like, oh, they're not really paying attention.
Yes, they do.
And I remember my mother having a stroke. And I was probably already 30, 31 at that time. And me going back, and we spent a lot of time in the hospital those 2 months, just talking, her and her not realizing I remembered so much that I wasn't even a part of. I just saw it. And then things started connecting, and you create patterns. What do you want this book to be able to do?
I want this book to be...
Or the message, not even a physical book, but a message.
I want mothers to receive the book with love, first of all, and not as criticism. We live in a society where it's very difficult to give people feedback without them feeling judged and criticized.
Taking it personal.
And so I wouldn't have written this book in the first place if it wasn't coming from a place of love. And I talk about in the preface of the book how I had hesitancy about writing it in the first place because of how it would be possibly received.
Was that, is your mom still here?
Yes.
Was it because of your mom's, before you could, and I think I've met a lot of authors who prevented themselves from doing something because they worried about that person. The people out here, I don't know you, but that one person, was that, did you have to present this to her before, or did you have that conversation?
I did have that conversation. It was something that I gave a lot of thought to, because a lot of people are private people. They don't necessarily want a book being written or a movie being made about anything that has anything to do with them, especially if it's not all the good parts.
Especially if it's a mother.
Right. And then, you know, I was listening to a radio show recently, and there was a gentleman on there, and he was talking about this very rich life, but that was filled with a lot of trauma. And he's very successful now, but when someone asked him about writing a book and told him he should write a book because he could help so many people, he said something to the effect of, I could never do that while my mother's alive.
I've said it before. I've heard many authors say that before. It's out of respect, but it's also fear, it's embarrassment, it's intimidation, all those adjectives. And that's a tough thing. And having a mother in the room, there will come a time where your son feels like something went wrong. And it's not personal. As a son speaking to a mother, it's not personal. That's just my experience. Because you may have seen that a totally different way, or didn't even realize he was listening, he was watching, and it's just totally taking you aback. So to express that, we as men, we often, I'm gonna just keep that to myself.
So that was a big thought for me. You're absolutely right. I didn't make it, I didn't make it for that reason. I did not make this autobiographical because I didn't want the focus to be on me. I wanted the focus to be on mothers and their challenges and their perspectives, and also how those perspectives could be looked at differently. And one thing that I was very concerned about was how my message would be received by mothers, because I'm a man. And we know the society we live in right now, relationships between men and women are very fractured. Our families are fractured, our relationships are fractured. We are not as cohesive as we should be on many different levels. And so messages are received differently depending on
Perception.
the gender of who's delivering the message. That's just the reality of communication. So I struggled with those concerns, but I fought through it, and I decided that ultimately I'm going to put my message out there. The message is going to be centered around love, what love means from a mother's perspective, and what love means from a son's perspective.
Receiving it.
Right? That's going to be centered around concepts like self-image, self-determination, instilling not just hope in your child, but instilling the means in your son to make himself successful, to create his own destiny, whether it's self-confidence, self-worth,
values,
self-image, values. From where do we derive our value as boys? Do we derive them from you buying us Jordans, or do we derive them from knowing that we have God in us and that we're born great and that we're inherently great, that we don't derive our value from external things?
So I'm already saying both of you will be in my classroom at some point.
Absolutely.
So we're coming to an end of this segment, but we have not heard the last on Be Exposed from these two individuals. And I want people to know where they can find you at, how to contact you, social media, and where can we get the books from.
Okay, so you can find me at lolitawalker.com, LOLITA Walker.com, and all of my information is there, but you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Walker, the letter N, Walker Change, Walker and Walker Change. I'm also on YouTube. Just look me up, Lolita E. Walker.
There we go.
And I am on Amazon.com, Mervin A. Bourne Jr., A Single Mother's Guide to Raising a Son. I have, my website is mervinbourne.com, MERVINBOURNE.com. Also on Instagram and Facebook at Mervin A. Bourne Jr.
There we go. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with, I don't know who's out in the lobby, but I need you to get down here to Be Exposed Radio's February open house. So definitely come on down. 200 East Lexington Street, Suite 711. Come on down. We're here until 4 p.m. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
There's a rumor going around that Tyler Perry and Oprah are beefing. Well, let me tell you about this. Tyler, okay, told Oprah, bitch, if you don't have my money, we're going to have a problem. Ooh. Oprah said, what is the problem? Ooh. You said if I don't have your money, there was going to be a problem. So Oprah is standing her ground like, bitch, I'm in charge. You know, you may have a $250 million studio over there that you film all your shows and movies and stuff on, but I have the empire. That's what Oprah said.
Oh, these are her exact words. Allegedly.
I made this up. But
allegedly.
I made it all up. But there was a rumor that they were beefing. But Tyler confirms that they don't have any issues. So it says it was recently reported on the rumors that was swirling that the twosome were on the outs over constructive criticism of a Perry show. Well, I got some constructive criticism, and we can be on the outs, Tyler, and I don't give a damn, because I'm going to make a promo out of this anyway and share it to your page. I need the scenes on Have and Have-Nots to be like 5% shorter, each one. I want you to watch an episode of The Young and the Restless, because this is supposed to be a soap opera. No one's dialogue on The Young and the Restless is like this. You don't have to talk about the random plant in the corner for 25 minutes on one damn scene.
They talk about random plants.
It was a blood stain on the floor for 5 episodes. I can't take it. We need to pick this up. I'm sorry. I love the Have and the Have-Nots, and I continue to watch it in this 5th season. But I get so mad when I can go get myself a glass of water and come back, and he had just started the next sentence in his first paragraph. I can't stand it.
They just want to get the point across.
It's not but you don't get the point for 4 episodes. It's too much. So, now according to ET Online reports, Tyler Perry has a pre-cut and dried response to a pretty cut and dry response to the rumors about him and Oprah. Here's what he says. It's completely false.
What was that? That was your Tyler Perry impression? Oh, God. What?
That was my Medea voice.
Oh.
Nothing is accurate in this article except for mine and Oprah's names. That's what he said. I mean, you see what I mean? You gotta stick around. I mean, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. I mean, they pay us to do this, so we go off every week right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Fall into this unknown to find who we really are. Crash into something new and take a break from our broken heart. With the hip, tell me you lie. I think we should go for another round. Baby, try not to say too much. Let your love come down. If you wanna rule, it's some rules you gotta live by. Live by. Stay true to your cool, make a move. Don't wait on nobody else. And if it feels like a melody, sing a song, be my radio. And if you follow me there, I'll follow you back. Let the night unfold. I can tell that she can't get enough. Show me she couldn't get the feels off from me. Oh no, she couldn't get the feels off from me. Touching hands till we dance in the dark. Show me she couldn't get the feels off from me. We do whatever you like. Get the feels off from me. Oh no, she couldn't get the feels off from me. So let's slide, you and me alone, to find who we really are. Crash into something new. I got that lamp hanging up the car. Throw me a kiss, tell me you lie. I think we should go for another round. Baby, I wanna take you, but we gotta cruise so we can lose the crowd. If you wanna rule, there's some rules you gotta live by. Live by. Stay true to your cool, make a move. Don't wait on nobody else. And if it feels like a melody, sing a song, be my radio. And if you follow me there, I'll follow you back. Let the night unfold. I can tell that she can't get enough. Show me she couldn't get the feels off from me. Oh no, she couldn't get the feels off from me. Touching hands till we dance in the dark. Show me she couldn't get the feels off from me. We do whatever you like. Get the feels off from me. Oh no, she couldn't get the feels off from me.
Your hips, let your backbone slide. Put your lips on mine. What you need, just
Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree
It's huge!
is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
First they love you, then desert you. Leave with a plate full with no spoon. It ain't no space, I can't escape negativity. I got used to the taste. I've been bad, burned, then fucked over. But remain strong through the past over. Kicking haters out of the way like masked over. Roll up, sip something, let it pass over. Who would I be? It ain't the man to me to let the next man take advantage of me. When that storm come, no pan I see. Get with it, not without it, then you'll see. I peep the haters, they know I'm greater. That's why they buzzing for the elevator. But I can't save you, the weed too loud on the pedal stool. Don't curry favors, always got your hand out demanding favors. When I just looked out, now you need more paper. I can't breathe, give me 3 feet. I never let y'all be the death of me. When my patience run thin, yeah, nigga OT. Cause they wanna see me down like I'm NCT. 6 words, get the fuck away from me. Say I help you out if you can help yourself. I keep it G till I DIE. Now excuse me while I get back to PC. HOP ain't losing sleep while your third eye always on me. I'm stacking green just to feed the team. My boo, she know that I'm king when chasing my dream. These niggas it seems I rip them, trash them, then put on new jeans. Man, see the problem is, man, you know, I keep it 100, man. Yeah, I mean, like if I got it, then you got it. Yeah, I mean, but if I don't got it, then I'ma give it. You feel me? But I definitely got you through the ride, man. Let's get it, yo.
I'm really getting tired of ungrateful ass niggas. They really about to turn me to a hateful ass nigga. Like I was never there when you never had figures. Pull triggers for you niggas when you caught up in the trenches. Man, I really don't get it. I don't know what's going on, but I really don't feel it. Niggas really know that I've been there from the beginning. But the more I see niggas side switch, it make me wanna bring it closer to the end. And that's why I can't fuck around with these niggas. I'll fuck around with my hoes. Cause niggas acting like bitches and hoes acting like bros. Man, I swear I really don't get it. How people switch up their roles. First it was nothing but love, but nowadays I don't know. It seems like anything goes. Where can I go? Cause lately fucking with you, I just stand at a fork in the road. It's hurting my soul. When I'm around you, I shouldn't feel like I should stay on my toes. So where do we go from here? Get dough from here? Or are we gonna end it on the road right here? Cause either way, whether it's left or the right on my property, niggas gon' blow around here. Fuck cities up while we do shows around here. Keep my music up while we blow Joe around here. Don't be looking salty if you're not going nowhere. Should've kept it with the movement instead of moving over there. Cause I'm getting to the point where I just don't care. Know you're thinking to yourself that it's just not fair. But you made your choice and I won't be taught. Just know ain't no fucking coming back round here. And we shining and grinding. You mad that you ain't at the top when you see what we climbing. Our music is timeless. I thought you would witness the vision, but it's obvious that you blinded. I thought we was brothers. I thought we was fam. But it's plain to see that you don't give a damn. Everything cool when we out selling grams, but now what's the problem? A mic in my hand, man. Dang.
I feel you, my nigga. See, niggas be saying just one way of life when there's billions of possibilities that happen on a day-to-day basis. Don't judge us cause you ain't where you supposed to be at in life. Instead of envy or try and bring niggas to your level, strive for better from yourself, not the people around you, man. Pay attention, wake up.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out.
Exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature. And I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do. And I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular. It's getting that person money. It's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, yes. And I was thinking, like, you know,
The Artist Exchange Radio Show.
Whatever happened to the times when we cared for one another? We shared the same respect. What is happening? We're trading what's important for shiny things. I can't allow this blasphemy. It's blasphemy. Why would you treat yourself like that? We didn't come this far just to fall right back. Don't lose yourself, stay on track. Baby, you're a god. You're a god. Baby, you're a god. Believe that. Full of the things that we've overcome. Full of unspoken battles we've won. You're so much better than that. Sometimes the truth ain't always catchy as rap. Stop chasing cheese or you get stuck in a trap. Go get your crown and never render it back. No, it's blasphemy. Why would you treat yourself like that? Stop all that blasphemy. We didn't come this far just to fall right back. Baby, you're a god. You're a god. You're a god. You're a god. Baby, you're a god. You're a god. Baby, you're a god. Believe that. You're way too gifted to stop and listen. It's condescending, not to mention all of our ignorance. Is there permission to?
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Alright, so hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Brother Mike, host of the Black Dot Man Radio Show. Today we are at the BXR Studios for our open house. And we are here with our guests. We got my man Undecyded with us, and we got Miss Nicole with us as well. So welcome everybody. But I'm going to start with my man Undecyded, man.
What's going
Go ahead
on,
and
bro?
tell us the audience a little bit about you.
Fresh out of Shady Side, Maryland. Moved to Baltimore to pursue music. Just trying to be different for real. Stay in my own lane. Family man.
Okay.
I don't know.
So let me focus on when you said you try to be different. Elaborate on that. Tell me what that difference is.
That difference is waking up doing me.
Okay.
A lot of people, I feel, take on what they was taught and they run with it as if it was theirs. I take what I was taught and turn it into my own little spin. Okay. And then I do me. You know, but I will always give credit to who I learned from, who I was taught by. I will always give credit to, you know, I pay homage enough where it's not ass kissing.
Right.
But
Okay.
I'm right there though. But I always give you that thumbs up if you helped me out through my journey. Like I grew up listening to Tupac, but then my father, I'm with P-Funk and War, the rock game.
Yes, sir.
And I'm with Earth, Wind and Fire, so I like live band. I like, you know, I like rock and roll. I like hip hop. I love, you know, opera. I love music. Period. That's part of the name Undecyded for real.
Undecyded. Okay. So you do music.
Yes.
Right. So being that your title is Undecyded, do you consider your music to be hip hop? Do you consider it to be R&B? Or does that apply to the Undecided part? Because you may come out any way you feeling for that particular song, that particular album.
That's exactly what it is. I wake up, if I hear the beat, I like it, I do it. Due to my early years, because of the lack of money, I couldn't do the live band, you know, and all that. And now, when things will start rolling, you'll start to see more of the diversity in which Undecyded delivers. But I try my hardest to stay. Like Jay-Z said the best, you can either be the next biggest trend or you can be Ralph Lauren. And I'd rather be Ralph Lauren, somebody that's gonna be around for 70, 80 years, somebody when I die, my children's children will listen to my music. You know, I'd rather have that longevity. I put out one mixtape, it was a classic. You can go take a listen to it on Spinrilla, YouTube. Just type in Undecided one on YouTube, Spinrilla, Undecided, I'm him. Classic mixtape. It's been bumping for about 2 years now. I got 3 or 4 singles out on, 3 singles out on Spotify,
nice.
Apple, Currency, me and Martina Lynch. That gives you, I give you auto-tune, I give you singing, I give you, I lived a lot of lives. I lived the street life, I lived the poor life, I lived the suburb life, I lived the city life. Right now I'm in South Baltimore, you know what I mean? So I can give you, I don't just give you one genre. I talk about my kids, I got songs about my wife, I got songs, you know, I try to teach men how to be men, you know, boys how to be men. You know, I'm not, in every song, even in a hood song, I try to elaborate on how, you know, yeah, it's cool, we got the bands, and we getting the money, and we getting all these cars and all that, but then you gotta understand there's consequences, repercussions that they can come.
Absolutely. So through your music, you feel like you can relate to other people's struggle. Every stage they go through.
That's the main reason why I do it.
Right? From when they hit the streets.
That's the main reason why I do it.
You know, to when they decide this ain't for me, I need to work on something different.
For sure.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Mr. Cole.
Hi.
Tell us a little bit about you, young lady.
Well, I'm not usually on this side of the camera.
And that's exactly how I talk to the camera.
I'm the lead engineer and producer here at Be Exposed Radio, so I'm usually in the background, you know, conducting this part of the show.
Best engineer. Best engineer.
But I've been pretty good. I haven't been here too much. I just started a new career in IT.
Nice.
And so I've been delving into that, you know, so I haven't been at the station much, but
so how's it
I'm
feel
still
to be
here.
On this side of the camera?
It's weird. As always, it always feels weird. You know, I've been here at Be Exposed Radio before there were cameras. You know, it was just me and Monny.
Way back.
It was just from the beginning. It was just me and Monny.
Just you and the boss man. In case y'all don't know, Monny's the boss man.
Yep, it used to be me and him sitting across the table from each other.
Well, I'm glad you decided to come on this side of the camera with us. Sit down and have a chat with my man Undecided here. So Undecided, tell everybody where they can get your music. Right now, if they wanted to say, I want to check his music out right now, where can they get it?
YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, Pandora. The list goes on.
So they're just typing in Undecided?
Yeah, just type in Undecided on anything.
With a Y.
Yeah, especially with the Y. Undecided with the Y. Take out the I, put a Y. UNDECYDED. Type it in anywhere you know, type it in on Google. The first thing that pop up.
I'm gonna be one of the first ones to go online and check him out because I believe the brother's spitting some fire.
I do.
I can tell.
If you don't know, Undecided used to be was a host here on Be Exposed Radio. He used to host the show that I created, Who Got Bars. He used to. Yep, he was the host.
So you was headlining that.
Yeah.
Headlining Who Got Bars, man. I ain't saying it's over.
Bars since back in the day.
Back in the day.
I like it, brother. I like it. So look, we got a little bit more time on our hands, man. How about you? You know, give us a few bars, man. Let's hear some of this fire.
Why not? I grew up in the kitchen. SB taught me how to whip it. Boo-boo taught me how to flip it. 16, I had a hitter. That lane was on and popping. We all blood, you want a problem. Shout out to my shotters, they known for solving problems. Commas meaning then I am him, do you comprehend? Nothing I will lend, me and Satan friends, till the end. I'm known for setting trends, I will not surrender, love revenge. I'm dope with the syringe, let you live with it, all depends. Shout out to my lawyer, I smoke diesel by the quarter, jugging and finessing the professions I perfected. Money don't discriminate, broke niggas I can't tolerate. Never celebrate, it's not enough if you can calculate. And me, I am the greatest, money didn't make me. I'm eating this shit cakey, pissing dirty on probation. Need your ear like a seashell, a trial will make you see well, run move and make you see 12. Saints and sinners that fell. That's
okay.
I might give you one more before I leave.
Yeah, you can definitely do that, brother. Well, I'm impressed, brother. I'm impressed.
I appreciate it.
And I appreciate you sitting in with us, man, and letting us highlight you a little bit.
That's not a problem. That's not a problem.
Especially we got Miss Nicole to come from behind the camera. Give everybody a chance
This
to
is definitely not I'm not used to this seat next to her, though. I'm used to
right, me and his ear.
Right.
I'm used to that.
Oh, the bars was right there. The bars was right. So what's the future plans, man? What's your ultimate goal with your music?
To touch the kids that didn't know that in 8th grade I was a victim of bullying.
Okay.
To touch the kids that go through bullying now. To touch the kids that lived a different life and they wasn't accepted by their peers. You know, that was me. To let everybody know that you got a helping hand out. We can stop killing each other. There's no point us keep going backwards and backwards and backwards when we was already set back from birth. Right. We don't have to keep going back no more.
We not each other's enemy.
We not. I'm pro-black all day.
My man. You know about that.
I gotta let the world know that is what you see in the mainstream hip hop with all the diamonds and just going all crazy and doing what you want to do, and that ain't the picture that I want you to see for us, because that's not us. Now I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with getting a couple of dollars and you get yourself a little diamonds. Nothing wrong with that, you know. But it's on how you act once you get that. I know a lot of people that have made it out, they don't help out. If it wasn't for these regular workers spending their hard-earned money, going to your concerts, buying your you wouldn't have nothing. Wouldn't have nothing. But these are regular people. Now I can see if you was, now self-made would be you buying all your own albums, which you don't do. Right. We do. Right. You feel what I'm saying? That's not self-made. Your fans built you, and your fans helped you out, and I expect people to help out their fans throughout the way. So man, that's what I am, and I'm happy I came to Baltimore. You know, this is a big cookie to crumble here. You know, we do 300 something murders a year. Right. 4 days in the year. Exactly. You know, and I think what since hip hop is the biggest influence in our generation today, it needs to be some people that can spread some love to these kids, and I think that's something that these kids are missing. Right. There's not a lot of love. It's not. First of all, there's not a lot of men in the homes. You know, and I can't be in everybody's home, but my CD can be. Absolutely. You know, like my kids still listen to the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, and my children are 12 and younger. Right. You feel what I'm saying? That came out when I was a child. Right. So. Like Life Jennings, when his first album came out, my kids still listen to that, know that word from word. So I look at how music, the longevity of music, how you listen to that, and they talk to you. You know, Life Jennings talked to these young girls about how that's all men want, and this, that, and the third. And I got 4 girls, for people that don't know. Right. They understand that. They understand that I got to look out for these men. Sure. I need it. And then I'll try to be a man. So I show them how to. So I show them what a man's supposed to be like. Absolutely. You know, this is how a man walks. This is how a man talks. I don't beat their mother. I don't yell at her. I don't cuss at her. Right. So don't get in there one that don't do what I do. I work hard. I save my money. You know. That's a good example, because that's a missing piece with a lot of our daughters. The first impression of a man is going to be their father. You know, so if you setting the tone and being the father that you telling me you are, that's going to make your daughters have standards that's up to daddy's standards. That's my goal. Right, absolutely, brother. I love that, man. And I applaud you for that, because a lot of people, like you said, in the hip hop game, they're not thinking that way. They're not. They're just thinking about getting that money, getting that ice, you know, getting that look, so forth
and so on. So you got a consciousness about you, and I feel like that's real hip hop because I'm old school. So I come from the era where hip hop was created, so I know what the essence of hip hop is supposed to be.
I grew up on Rakim,
right? So
Big Daddy King.
So you feel me?
You know what I mean?
So to hear you, part of the younger generation, say that you want to still communicate that message, that's awesome, man.
And I do have fun. Don't get me not.
Oh yeah.
I don't want nobody. I still have fun.
Absolutely.
But it's a time and place for everything. I don't pop no bottles for real.
Right.
So when I go to a show, you know, come holler at me, talk to me, sit with me.
Down there.
I might give you a drink, but I don't really drink.
Don't drink.
I don't really parlay like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I try my hardest to stay focused, on
like
point.
Being a good role model, brother.
It took time. This don't happen overnight.
It does.
You know, when I was 18 to 25,
right.
I'd have been sitting here with goals in my mouth.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hand on my crotch, just chilling.
Right.
You know what I mean? It took making losses. You know, I look at all my losses as stepping stones. I look at them as, you know, now I don't look at them as burdens no more. I used to look at them as, man, damn, I just lost everything. You know what I mean? But then I see the hustler that's in me. I get it all back tenfold.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Just stay focused. That's all it is. Right. I look at everything as a lesson now.
No such thing as failure.
God is coming on earlier, man. Him started this when we was 8 years ago.
Wow.
You know what I mean? We've been running ever since. You know, that's my man. That's my ace boom coon.
So brother you can trust.
Yeah.
But you're gonna need that in the industry you in.
You gonna need it. You're gonna need a little bit more though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It can't just be me and him trying to take on the world.
Sure.
It gotta be, you know, we got to bring in some more other brothers.
Like
you know, that's what it need. It can't just be me and him. So for the people that's listening, man, the team is open, man. You know,
team is open and ready to bring on some other positive brothers and sisters.
Need it.
Right?
I definitely want some sisters. I definitely want some sisters.
Absolutely.
Because that's another thing I feel that the rap game has. Our black sisters are not whores and bitches.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And I feel that that's the only thing that they promote. And that's the only thing that they want them to understand that they are. You know, and that's just not.
So let me ask you a question.
Bring some of the good women in.
So being that that's what we see get promoted a lot, right? Do you think it's more of this is what these dudes just want to rap about? Or is it more of they want to rap about something different, but they ain't gonna give that no airplay?
It sells.
Right, that's what I mean. Are they kind of being pushed in that direction?
All of us are, because at the point, then you look at J. Cole. He doesn't, you know, J. Cole and Kendrick, they don't get great radio play.
Right.
But they still make millions.
Right.
In order to have that big limelight, that radio play, and you doing this and doing that, you have to rap what everybody wants.
Right.
Now, if you want to win Grammys and all that, you know, do the extra thing. You know, you got to do the low grade stuff. I don't have no problem with that. If that's what you want to do. If that's what you want, sell out, do you. You know, but if that's not, a lot of people they're not really selling out though. A lot of people really want to live that. But I'd rather do me than what I don't want to do what you want me to do.
You'd rather put something out that's going to have a more positive influence, and at the same time showing you still a.
I'd rather put out something too, cause I was looking at this. Can you play your song 20 years from now, and go on the stage and bump that 20 years from now?
Right.
I don't think nobody want to hear that 20 years from now.
No. And can you be proud of it 20 years from now?
No, you're not. Because hopefully you got a child that's going through college. He ain't going to be out here selling drugs because you just made millions. What he selling drugs for?
Right.
I hope he ain't talking about selling drugs.
Yeah.
I thought my son rap about selling drugs. I got a 2-year-old son. When he get 18, he rap about selling drugs. Something wrong.
Something wrong.
Something wrong. You ain't selling drugs, man. You're not.
Well, you know, Biggie had made a statement like that before he left us, where he was doing an interview and he said, I can't rap about this hood stuff as much as I used to. He said, I live in a gated community.
You ain't living there.
How I'm going to keep getting out here and talking about we on the block, this, that, and the third. He's like, it's not my life no more.
It's not.
Right. So, yeah, I'm with you.
I was just watching an interview with Joe Buttons where he had made the statement that somebody had asked him about why he doesn't invite Future on his show. You know, he has a little podcast or whatever. And,
right.
He basically said that he doesn't respect Future as a man because Future has made all of this money talking to the children about drinking lean, popping Molly, you know, doing all of that stuff.
He don't do it.
And now he doesn't do it anymore.
Wow.
He has stopped.
Right.
So he said, so why wouldn't he start putting that music out there to tell these kids that he has influenced to do these things that he's no longer doing it. But people, these children are still listening to this music and killing themselves when he has realized,
his words.
right? He has realized that this is not the way to go now.
Right.
And so he's like, well, why wouldn't he keep? Because that's how he's made his money.
Right.
And so therefore, I totally agree with that.
I agree with that as well.
You can't respect that because you can start something, then that lets you know that you have an influence. So you can actually totally change these kids' mindset around because you have changed your mindset.
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't you want to do that?
Right. Step up to the plate because people will allow you to do U-turns.
They will.
Right. Especially now that you got your paper. Well, look, we out of time, everybody, and I want to thank my guest, Miss Nicole, as well as my man, Undecyded. Brother, I wish you all the best with your work, and sounds like you're doing a good job, man. Something we can be proud of. So we are here live at the Be Exposed Radio Open House. Come on down. We are at 200 East Lexington, Suite 711. Come check us out. We'll be back after this break.
Join the club that gives you stuff.
Hey, thanks!
Radio Loyalty.
Here's how it works.
Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then, you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right?
Radio Loyalty.
Click that banner to join now.
You are now listening to Just a Bit Outside, the sports radio show at BeExposedRadio.com. Come join us every Monday night from 8 to 10 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, or BeExposedRadio.com.
So we had a lot of things going on.
Mother's Day, Major League Baseball, pink bats, pink outfits.
Yeah. They certainly did the mothers good. They don't show them justice. Like Jimmy said, the pink bats, cleats, all types of pink highlights in the major leagues. The Orioles were swept by the Kansas City Royals.
Wah, wah.
The Kansas City Royals. Thank you, Eric. Kansas City Royals they're like one of the worst teams in the major leagues
Baseball
right now. Yeah, so that was a little tough.
Yeah, so the Orioles no longer have the top record. It belongs to the Washington Nationals now.
Yeah, so that was tough. So hopefully they'll get back on track with the next series. Maryland, we got some local sports, collegiate to report. The Maryland lacrosse. Let's shout out the Maryland lacrosse team. They are in the NCAA tournament, and Hey,
this is Mark, Just a Bit Outside on BeExposedRadio.com. Listen to us every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on Facebook and on YouTube.
Long live Pop. Y'all can go ahead and cry now. I'm gonna show these niggas what to do at one of your beats, man. I am Gas, by the way. Strong woman story should have been on CNN. Nobody knows what it's like being Gwen. Windows closed in the house, it ain't no CNN. Can't gain weight for years, she been being thin. Single mother, no help from the system. When they was giving out food stamps, she missed them. Birth certificate, baby daddy, she couldn't list them. But her son was so beautiful when she kissed him. Blame it on love, but nigga she could've died with. Destroyed the whole world, I found out she was a side chick. The nigga loved his wife, and it got hard to hide it. So when Gwen confronted him, he ain't even denied it. Her fault, depends on who you asking. She tried to be a stripper, but the tip out was taxing. Buying all the purses, trying to keep up with the fashion. And her mama hated baby sitting with a passion. She deserved better circumstances. A black queen, she should have been blessed with certain chances. Look down upon, getting all the hurting glances. Making men change up all the twerking stances. She never cried about the pain, only gritted her teeth. But most soldiers never get a flower or a wreath. She like G.I. Jane in the war with no relief. Don't recognize why killers was going through her beat. She said more prayers than the nun did. After seeing so much struggles with only one kid, the clinic said baby number 2 couldn't be undid. 9 months later, delivery and it's one big. But this time it was an older dude. But the shit happened so fast, she barely know the dude. Damn. but we all make mistakes though. And the older we get, that's how mistakes go. So he claimed the baby, now with no money. He said shit was hard and his dollars was kind of funny. Real was feeling like that was strike two. So when it rains and pours, that's just how life do. She was thinking about her childhood and how life flew. A daddy she always loved, but she never quite knew. This was before the bags and the cellulite grew. Other bitches in her shoe, no telling what they might do. You lose a lot of friends, they start to despite you. Passing judgment when they don't got the right to. And even though I love the gangsters, the same for the gangsters. I remember you no matter how big the fame gets. Paint a perfect picture, baby, you can frame this. As long as I'm snapping, you will never be nameless. While I was robbing you.
I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is. Because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person. And if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Check out this flashback.
Right.
To know that I don't want nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Drug use.
It's crazy.
So again, derived from the lyrics. Talk to me about the interpersonal conflict.
So let me say this, and I think that what I'm gonna do is probably challenge a lot of what we're dealing with topically.
Yeah.
Because to me, whether we talking about material things, drug use, or anything else, it's where we teach our young people to place value.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're not going to take the person that has been given the value system, like, and I know we talking about young women, but I look at my son, I look at little Marvin, and one of the things, of all of the things that Marvin has decided that he would go venture into, one of the things that he's just completely stayed away from is drugs. Has no desire towards it, but I've never modeled anything about that being something. And when you look again, as we keep talking about the cultural aspects of things, we're talking about a culture and systems that creates a sense of attraction or makes this stuff attractive, you know, in its advertising and promotion, whether it's the material things, whether it's the drug use. But I believe that if you've put a firm value system in, and taught people taught your young people, your young ladies, what has value, and what literally doesn't have value, then, you know, even, I guess, kind of throwing them into the lion's den, whether it be sending them to Baltimore public schools, because everybody in Baltimore public schools ain't coming from your household, whether it be being out in the community or going to their cousin's house who live in the rougher neighborhood. You know, there can be the presence of that peer pressure, but we got to make sure that we balancing it out. So lyrics that are suggestive towards drug use is ridiculous right now.
Join us every Sunday evening at 7 p.m. for Conflict Resolution with Daryl White, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You're like an internal bleeder. Can't see your pain, but it can silently kill ya. So deeply wounded, but don't say a thing. Too afraid of what the people may say or think. So So you just sit there and you suffer in silence. Your pride won't let you just uncover your secret. Don't wanna look weak in your image, it ain't worth losing. So you just act as if it's nothing happening.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
That's why I was up to have an earpiece. Welcome to this edition, I guess, of the open house. We are in the building. Everything's good. Let me tell you about the banana bread first. That the bill gets around. It's amazing. I already coined this the Be Exposed Radio Open Banana Bread House. So come on down, get a slice before it's all gone because it's going fast. People getting 2 and 3 slices at a time. Me.
International House of Banana Bread.
Right. Anyway, Rod's in the building.
What's good?
What's going on? Oh,
Young Ridiculous.
Oh, I like how you did this though. Oh, that's why you did it too?
What, we supposed to do like that?
No.
All right.
Ooh, now what?
But yeah, what's up with y'all though?
How about one too? So what's going
on? Young Ridiculous is just striving continuously. You know what I'm saying?
I've been seeing you over the past couple of months doing your music thing.
Yeah, thank you. Cause I was just about to say really, but it goes to show you, you never know who's watching.
Right, right. You been getting around. I've been seeing you.
So, and I was just, me and her was just talking, before the show started, that I've been coming to grips with that the normal life and the music life is one and the same. Like the normal life creates the stories that goes into the music. You know what I'm saying? And, oh my bad. Be Gucci. Alright. But yeah though, so it's like I've been coming to grips with that and just trying to balance it. I'm real big into like meditation, gemstones, crystals, your third eye. And a lot of people laugh and shit like that. Like they look down upon it. That's what I be trying to figure out.
Yeah.
That's what I be trying to figure out, like
which brand?
See? Like knowing your higher consciousness and stuff like that, like why not want to, find that inner peace or understand right. Why not want to understand the flaws that make you, or you know what I'm saying, use that shit as a strength.
Right.
So I just been taking that. Well, I've been learning that myself just through everyday life and interacting with different people and situations.
Does that fit well with weed?
Like honestly, weed is therapeutic. Unless you just doing it to get fucked up and turn and lit, you know what I'm saying?
It is a balancing agent.
It's a balancing agent.
Yeah, it's like tea or some shit, It really is.
Chai tea with milk in it, I guess.
But I like to meditate and stuff because of the simple fact that it calms me and I can focus because I'm an impulsive thinker. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just
an impulsive thinker. So what do they do?
They think heavily, overly, like just consistent, like just you know what I'm saying, non-stop.
Constant thinking.
It's like, it's just non-stop. So I try to focus on that, and then I just take all that shit and I put it into the music. So I just dropped an album.
Did you bring it? Did you give it to us?
No, it's I dropped it on all digital stores. I was trying to get with the future. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I need to get back.
Yeah, you came to the radio station.
I know. Like what's crazy is my bro Undecyded, shout out to him. He hit me and told me like last minute for real.
Come down here.
So I was like, damn, like let me come, show face, show love. You know what I'm saying?
You don't got it on your phone or nothing to
email it? Yeah, we can email it to us and we can put it on in here.
Well, you got to do it now, man. When we leave out.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. But I definitely I dropped the album. I'm with Red Crowns. That's my label that I'm with now.
Okay.
It's dope because it's family. My cousin's the head of the label for real, and I like that they really move, like a label. It's not like a group of niggas that just want to do music. You know what I'm saying? They really
working at it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They do whatever to make you look good, and sometimes we be clashing because I'm like an all-around artist. I be wanting to record, put it out. That shit banging. I want y'all to hear that, and then it's like, bruh,
you gotta slow down.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Put it in a package and deliver it properly. So I've noticed that a lot of people are trying to do that. For instance, I just was watching Love and Hip Hop, and I can't remember the girl name on there.
Which one?
The one that had Fetty Wap's baby.
Okay, Alexis Scott.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
I had the name right on the tip of my tongue.
And she was with a label, and she said they wasn't doing nothing for her.
With the Tekashi 6ix9ine, she was on his label, and then when all of that
said
stuff,
they wasn't doing nothing for her, but they was like, well, we gotta get you to write music. So she was putting stuff out on her own. Like, you're moving too fast is what they were trying to tell her, because we want to be able to package you and deliver you properly.
Right.
And I guess people in today's world, you can't do that because people not buying albums.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, they really not. It's really a single
people, I guess it's just that people feel like if you're not, I don't really need you to put it out there, but you actually have, the labels have the connections that people want to get. Yeah. So, but if you can put a video on YouTube and get millions of views and stuff like that, that's just almost just as beneficial, you know?
Yeah.
So
you'd be surprised how many
they're opting. A lot of people are opting for that now. You know.
I can't remember the last time I bought music because I'm at a radio station. They send it to us, so.
Yeah,
I'm into hearing new music. Like, you would be something I would listen to because I'm interested in hearing new artists instead of the people that are at the top already.
Right.
I mean, I know you want us to support you, but I don't listen to traditional radio.
Yeah, you know.
Right.
So I need to get my music.
I really got to get back into because that was my thing. Local music.
Artists.
That was my thing. So I really got to.
There's really a lot of talent out there.
Support them so they can be somewhere someday.
Yeah.
Because we had a very successful local artist show when we had our Be Exposed radio.
Yeah, most definitely.
Right.
We definitely should put another show together.
I was just about to say that. Put that back together.
Well, because we started our new music. I don't know what they call it, but our music feature section on the website. So
really?
We started adding more artists, and we get artists.
I'm gonna get back on it. I'm gonna get back on the local artists thing.
But we're waiting for the committee to come back around because we got a committee that says that these people are allowed to go on the radio. I mean, go on our station. Because not everybody's music is up to par. So we have to do a voting system. It's a must. I mean, the voting system is, is it mastered? Is it clean? Not clean as in lyrically, but clean as in I can't hear the toilet flushing in the background.
Oh, okay, like the quality and
because
shit.
you're in the closet next to the bathroom.
I feel you. Really getting it out the mud.
Right, because if you're going to make art, you want to be professional at your art.
That's true.
So everybody that submits their music. Everybody that submits their music, we hear it,
Yeah, most definitely. I done heard
just
some
like that
songs.
song we was just talking about in the beginning, God Sees You song, and I said it said
okay, right.
She said something about.
I hate struggling to hear people. Like rappers and stuff like that, especially like with mumble music and shit. Like, I mean, if you really got an ear for music, you can catch the shit that they saying. But it's like, I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to do that shit every time.
Exactly.
So imagine a whole album of that shit. Like, you like, nigga.
That's because you can have a nice beat, but if you're not lyrically equipped,
I'm just
to bring that beat to life.
Right.
My thing is I feel like I honestly listening to music now. A lot of times I really do want to just be like, I feel like I'm listening to like a Dr. Seuss book on tape because it really is like that. And like, did you see where the guy had made the video where he put the Dr. Seuss beats, I think one of the Migos songs or something like that.
I've seen that video.
I was like, that is it. That's exactly what I was talking about.
They definitely dumbed down for real. And I've noticed, like, the ones who aren't lyrical, they replace that with talking about clothes. But it's how they put it. They make it sound like a bar, or, you know what I'm saying? To be like, oh shit, you heard what he said? Whole time, like, this shit's crazy. But I definitely like the direction of the music that I'm going in now. I like that I stand out. I don't think and I'm not trying to be cocky, but I'll be listening around, and I don't hear no other artists, especially in Baltimore, talking about gemstones, crystal, sage, and they're making that shit sound dope. And there's already people out here that's into it.
Diamonds, platinum,
right?
And
shit that really doesn't hold no
I don't
value.
even think that's it no more. It's Molly's, Percocets, and Lean. That's the
also shit that holds no value. And it then just like.
And what people don't understand is that nothing happens by accident. There is no coincidence for certain things.
Right.
These drugs have been created specifically to do certain things, and those things definitely, they kill your energy. They don't allow you to tap into yourself because they suppress that. Those drugs suppress your natural energy, and when you on
depressing,
it just creates a whole state of something totally different. But it was all a plan that was devised.
Turns you into a robot.
Yes.
Making you think that you need certain programming from things that you really don't need.
I'm promising in the next couple of minutes that Rod's going to send us some music. We're going to put it on. It'll play during one of our commercial breaks. And then that's how we're going to rock this out.
All right.
Let's get to it.
But that's the end of this segment. We got more coming up. So stay tuned. Keep it locked where you got it.
Come on down. You still got some
come on
time.
down.
You still got time.
200 Lexington Street.
We all here.
711.
The gang's all here.
We'll be right back.
I just heard like some.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait. Mom, what? Huh?
What? Hold
What'd
on.
you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Now listen to BeExposedRadio.com. Check out this fire flashback.
We need to relearn what it is to be these bosses and how we conduct ourselves as business-minded individuals and just people in general. I let my gut, and if I call it gut or God or whatever, I'm led by that energy. I know where it comes from. I know where it's, taking me, and you have to figure out what is important to you, and don't play this game. It's a game that we've learned to play, this chess game, and life is not a chess game. Life is real, bones, flesh, blood, decisions.
Make sure you check out the Artist Exchange Show every Monday and Friday at 2 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
This is a Poverty ENT exclusive. Next stop, Texaco. Strapped up, you already know. Fuck niggas hate, that's how it goes. Rolls with me, yeah, it's time to go.
I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is. Because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com. I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature. And I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously because I found myself in somebody else.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Around here.
All right, welcome back, everybody. You sitting in with your boy, Brother Mike, host of the BBD Radio Show. But today we are here live at the BXR Open House. We are off of East Lexington here in Baltimore City, building 200, Suite 711. And I have the honor of interviewing today Miss C. Natasha Richburg.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful too.
Let me just start by saying you got an awesome spirit.
Thank you.
Running into you out the lobby, like you've been smiling the whole time. This is great, right? That spirit.
Thank you.
So let me tell them who you are. So she is CEO, CNR Ministries, which is LLC, and she's the founder.
Right.
And this is C. Natasha Productions.
Yes.
I love it.
Thank you.
This is a sister that's about that life.
Making that bag.
Making that bag. Securing it. So why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about you?
Hi, I'm an author. I'm an author of 12 books. My most recent book is coming out this April. Nice. It's about my 36-year marriage to my husband, Melvin Richburg.
Okay, very nice.
And I am a life coach. I coach people that live all over the nation. Nice. I have an artist by the name of Sonny Dumarce, the baddest vocalist, guitarist, producer in the land who lives in Union, New Jersey.
The story gets better and better.
And I also am an adjunct professor at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County in the Department of Information Systems.
Nice, nice. So we talking about a strong, intelligent, young, beautiful black woman.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Who's doing everything. This is nice. So let's start with the book. So tell us a little bit about the book, because I'm already intrigued the fact that it deals with a 36-year marriage.
Yeah,
I mean that's almost old school.
That's it is old school.
The only 36 months now. We got 36 months.
The only reason I'm doing the book because I do life coaching, and they keep saying, when are you going to write the book? I love you and Melvin's marriage. And then the thing that really made me want to do it was my artist, Sonny Dumarce. Okay. He says, I need you to write the book. Yes. So when I get married, I have a blueprint.
Got a blueprint. I like that. I like that.
And so basically, it's a blueprint of our marriage, what worked for us, and it gives you a list of things, some of which may work for you, and some may not work for you.
Right, absolutely. But the fact that it lasted 36 years and still going.
Oh, he my man.
You know?
So yeah, we have date night.
That says something in itself.
He's my boo.
And I think it's awesome to have it come from a black woman's perspective.
Yes.
You get what I mean?
Yes.
Because it does seem to be a different trend these days with marriages. They don't seem to last as long, so forth and so on.
Right. Amen. It's true. And I have 4 grown children. And in my house, Melvin and I are a team. And how we got married is different than most. Okay. You'll see in the book, he didn't propose to me.
Oh, wow.
We had a telephone conversation. I was finding an apartment, and I said, Melvin, I got to move. He said, well, you can't live alone, so let's get married. Let's get married next week.
Absolutely. See, I like that, because it just goes to show you some of these traditions that are put in place. We don't have an issue with them, but it's not to say it's the path that everyone has to take.
Right.
Now, you took a different path.
Right.
And it's been long lasting.
Right. We chose marriage over wedding. We decided that we'd rather spend time planning our life versus planning a wedding. And we do have a marriage strategy that we wrote out before we went to the courthouse.
Oh my gosh, nice. You know, because I've heard this today, right? You tell me if you've heard this before.
Okay.
I've heard today, people want to have a wedding.
Right.
They don't want to be married.
Yes.
So you've heard that before.
Yes.
And I kind of found it's a little truth in that.
It is.
It's like we want the glam, the glitz, and the attention, but then when all that's gone,
right,
it's just you and that person.
Right.
Here comes the problem.
Because that comes to work.
Right.
Right.
So they're not willing to necessarily put in the work in some cases.
But I don't blame them, because what I've learned from my clients, who's teaching?
Oh, okay.
So when you decide to get married, you will go to counseling, but who's teaching you?
Right.
I find a lot of the guys, and most of my clients are men, they're great providers, they're great fathers. I teach them how to be daddies.
Okay, all right.
Because you might not know how to be a daddy.
Absolutely, especially with a lot of black men not even having a father.
Right.
So anything that they know of is based off what society is
right,
doing, which doesn't mean it's going to work, especially if you're of an ethnicity.
And if you are a father and you know how to stand there for your sons and daughters, and you know how to go out and get that bag,
right,
but how are you a daddy?
Right.
When's it okay to be soft?
Good point.
And my husband is 6'2", 200 and something pounds.
Right.
He could be soft,
right,
and he could be don't go there.
Yes, yes. And I think that's important. I have a son. My son's 22, right? My son has seen me cry before.
Amen.
Right? I didn't feel I needed to hide that from him.
That's
because, right. You know, something like that, of course, men, you know, a lot of us are taught you hide that under all circumstances. I'm saying it's pointless because as humans, right, we all know when somebody's about to cry.
Right.
So you can sit there and try to hold it all you want. You're just going to bust a blood vessel in your head. But we all know you're about to cry. So you might as well.
That's true. That's true.
Let that stuff off you.
Right.
And, you know, check my mic real quick. Okay, give me 1 second. The microphone might let me come in through. Okay, all right, there we go. Yeah, I kind of come from a background where the men kind of hid that, right? So I wanted my son to understand that, you know, this is okay. You know, you're a human.
Right.
And then it will help you because you release that emotion.
Right.
It's difficult holding that in. And sometimes, you know, a lot of men, you know, we go through that.
Right.
So that's wonderful. I like what you're saying about being a daddy.
Right.
You got to be able to show that soft side.
Right. And then for my sisters, when I write my books, the one thing I've learned from having a son, and everybody knows a man that doesn't talk, you got to know how they communicate.
Right.
Just because they don't verbalize it doesn't mean they don't communicate. And in one of my books is, I forgot which one it was, but I have a chapter where the son goes to the uncle's house and they nod and they sit down in front of the TV and then after that he gives his uncle a dap and he's good.
Right, right.
And in the book it goes through the dialogue that's going across their head.
Okay.
But sometimes I say, women, we just need to chill. Watch his body language.
Right.
Let his eyes tell you I'm ready to talk or back off.
Right.
It doesn't mean you did anything. So I'm passionate about understanding our men.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Now, of course, I'm biased because I'm a man. I'm a little biased, right? But I do feel like, you know, like as a man, with some women, because we men, they just think we're just supposed to handle everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? And as a man, I can testify that, you know, we have areas where we're sensitive about. So we could be tough as nails on one thing, and then she could say one little thing and it crushes us. Right. And she doesn't know it because, like you said, she's not necessarily reading the signal. Right. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, because that is so true. I can validate what you just said.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Awesome. So it's 12 books altogether.
Yes, all together.
That is a lot of books.
The most recent one is my 12th. And the thing that started me to want to write books, particularly youth and younger books, young adult books with a male voice. One day I was teaching Bible study, and one of the guys was a thug, gang member, that kind of thing. And we would talk one-on-one. My husband would wait for hours while I talked. And he said to me, he said, Minister Tasha, I want a white picket fence and a house. I don't want to get my girl pregnant. I want to get married first. Right. My boys is on me because they think, why you don't have a baby? And she on me, I want a baby. Wow. And that's not what I want.
Not what he wanted.
And that's who I'm writing for.
Nice, nice. Giving that particular group of individuals a voice.
Right.
that someone can listen and not, I guess, be judgmental.
And just be, because sometimes people just want what they want.
They want what they want.
Right. But they still want to be accepted by everybody around them.
Sure. It's interesting you said that, because I just had a conversation similar to that. You know, I feel like as a people, a lot of times we don't respect when someone's decision is not fitting the normal mold.
Right.
So I get that 100%.
Right.
I mean, it could be something as severe as what you said, or something as similar as I don't eat pork. And black people are like, well, why? You know, like, you need to explain to me why you don't do that. Like, we just don't automatically respect it, and we kind of got to get better at that, right?
Right. I definitely agree 100% with that.
So your books. If I wanted to get one of your books this evening, where can I get it?
Just go to See Natasha Richburg and Google me, and you'll see them. Go to Amazon, go to Books A Million, Barnes and Nobles, anywhere online, you'll see all my books.
Nice, because I want to get one of them. I want to read one of them. I'm already intrigued.
Oh, I want you to read The Truth About the Lie I Live, because that's going to be my first screenplay that's already written. The Truth About the Lie.
The Truth About the Lie I Live. The
yes.
title alone is powerful.
The Truth About the Lie I Live.
I gotta read that, because that sounds right by itself. Right? The Truth About the Lie I Live. Ain't that the truth? That's powerful. So that's going to be my first one.
Okay, I would love for you to do that.
I'm going to read that one.
Yes.
I'm going to read that one.
Another thing that that has me, my passion, is anybody who does music, anybody that's an artist, the balance, the life balance between making money, starting your artistry, and getting money in that regard, and how you make it through artist development, the need for that. A lot of people don't want to be developed as artists. They watch TV and they think they know the business, and they do not. And I'm going to come here and talk about those kind of things.
So this is about being coachable.
Yes, you have to be. Nobody makes it that's not, and if you're not, you're going to fall quick.
You're going to fall quick.
Yep.
I always seen that as one of my most powerful qualities. You know, I got introduced to a networking opportunity, and when I was talking to this particular brother, he said, well, Mike, what do you think your best quality is? I said, easy, I'm coachable. Real easy, bro.
Yeah,
we can wrap that up real quick.
That's good.
He said, oh, right, I like that.
Okay.
I said, bro, that's the secrets. I figured that much out.
Yeah.
Right? You got to let other people who have experience guide you and say, listen, you got the talent.
Right.
You got the know-how.
Right.
But I got to show you how to get this out the right way.
That's right.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome. So ministries as well.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, I was an associate minister at several churches, and that's when I started writing my books. Now I just attend church and speak from a minister's perspective in my books, and I try to do it from a perspective that is real street worthy. You don't even have to go to church and you would like my books. Like the book Healthy Waters Don't Cry Like This, it opens up with it's about the book of Hosea, but it's a stripper. and it's a chapter that's called I think it's the 6-letter word. The guy was a virgin.
Oh, wow.
And his friends wanted to go to the strip club. He said, I will drive you. I will be the designated driver if you come to church with me. They was like, cool. So he was the designated driver. He went to the strip club, drinking a soda. Somebody slipped him a Mickey. Long story short, he slept with the stripper and got her pregnant. And so the book begins.
Oh, so that's the beginning of the book.
That's the beginning. That's the first chapter. And just like the book of Hosea, God made him stay.
That's right. Okay, I got you. Because we never know how things are meant to happen.
Yes.
As they say, ain't no accidents, even though we may think it is.
Right.
Oh, man, that is nice. That's going to be another good one, y'all. That's going to be another good one.
And it's so funny. I was at a book fair with that book out, and a pastor came and bought the book because he said his deacon just married the stripper, and he wanted to make sure he gave him that book to read.
Okay, nice. The deacon married a stripper.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, evidently he's seen some qualities.
Right.
Right. You know, you can't always judge a book by its cover. You never know what people's story is, how they ended up in the situation.
Right.
And just like with the young street guy, the young thug, you said, they might want something different.
And he definitely wanted something different. That changed my life.
Oh, nice, nice. I'm excited. I am excited. I'm excited. So do you do events? You know, when you talk about your books?
You know what? I'm more of a secret squirrel type.
Okay.
So I am having
secret squirrel. I like
I am having a private invitation only event for my new book release, and I do meet with people all over the country with regard to my coaching.
Okay.
And I'm going to try this year to come out and do events for the public.
That would be nice.
That'll be different for me.
That would be nice. You definitely got to make sure you let Brother Mike know. I'll be there representing for the Black Bottom Man radio show. We'll put it out there, help promote it so people know. You don't want to miss this opportunity.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
And I have a heart for men. That's my ministry. I really have a heart to make sure that not just different sides and angles of men are shown in my books versus the stereotype.
Right. And I think that's important because, like, as a man, and again, I'm biased,
yeah,
right? But I do feel like certain issues dealing with us kind of get put to the wayside. Like, you know, everything with us is kind of like, he'll be all right. And that's not always the case,
no.
You know what I mean? Because we deal with a lot of pressures, you know.
Right.
I'll use the words of Dr. Anderson. I don't know if you're familiar with Dr. Claude Anderson. So Dr. Anderson said, we never want to take away from the struggle of the black woman here in America.
Right.
He said, but you got to understand, if being a black woman in America is a common cold, being a black man is cancer.
Yeah.
Right? He said, so this has to be addressed, you know what I mean? Because these guys need someone who can say, no, we understand that you got some things going on too.
Right.
You know, so I'm so impressed with that.
Yeah.
You know, I am so impressed because I'm old school, so I'm used to the just handling. Go in the closet, shut the door and cry, come on back out.
No,
right?
no.
But you showing me there's some sisters out here that understand. Yeah.
And plus, the one thing about me that I'm most proud of, my husband supports me totally.
Nice.
It doesn't bother him at all. And when I take on a new client, I say, meet Melvin, and he'll talk to him on the phone and all that kind of stuff. And they are comfortable with the fact that he's comfortable with what I do.
Sure. That man is secure in his manhood.
Oh, yeah.
He's secure.
Absolutely.
And that's how all of us have to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have to be secure. I always say you can't stop people from doing whatever they want anyway.
Right.
Stressing what someone else is doing, you can't stop humans from doing what they want to do.
Right.
You might as well just sit back, relax. If something happens that you can't agree with, then you take steps from there.
Right.
But as far as stressing it up to that point,
nah.
Kind of pointless. Kind of pointless.
No.
So I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I even like your card.
Thank you.
I think this is the best card I've ever seen.
I tried to do something that would stand out.
This is nice. I thought it was going to be a barcode on it. Like, this is really nice.
No.
Absolutely.
And plus, a lot of times people don't get to meet a black woman that teaches information system, you know, at a university.
Yeah. IT consultant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I teach information systems at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. It's like I worked for the government for 31 years, and I've been at UMBC 23 years teaching. And so to see somebody like me, and I'm a jokester, that could teach a boring subject funny, because you know IT security can be boring at times.
Okay.
Or decision support system could be monotonous sometimes. But to try to find humor in those kind of, I like doing that.
Absolutely. That's the spirit that I felt when I met you. That's what I mean. You know, there's kind of spirit about her. It's just, you know, it's fun.
Yeah.
I like that.
Those
because
are
that
boring.
will keep people's attention.
Yes.
It'll keep their attention.
Yes.
Nice. Very, very nice. I kind of try to do that with my show. You know?
Oh, good.
I'm talking constructive, you know, conversations, which I know some people can find boring.
So tell me about your, I mean, just I'm out, but tell me about your
Well, the
show.
Black Bottom Man radio show is about black business, black lives, black matters. Okay. So when I say black business, I mean anything that I deem to be our business. So we try to promote constructive conversations that stimulate a different thought process. The last show we just did, we focused on Dr. Anderson's latest book, A Black History Reader, 101 Questions That You Never Thought to Ask. So again, I know everyone doesn't have time to read books, and it's real black history, right? Some things we're not thinking about. So once I get a hold of your book, and then I read it, it's going to be a show on it.
But you know what I want to ask you? Did you see the Killer Mike thing on Netflix?
I did, on Netflix. Absolutely.
What did you think about that?
Which part? The part of him trying to survive for 3 days?
Yes, that's the one.
I knew it was impossible.
I was like, oh my God. He had the rib up to his mouth.
Right.
And he had to put it back down.
Put it back down, you know? And I think it sends a strong message. He's trying to show us we don't own nothing, right? Like, we can all talk this good game, but until we actually put some plans in action, we don't own anything. Now, before the Killer Mike situation, I brought that up with the Flint, Michigan situation with the water. And I explained to people, this should be an eye-opener for us. See how we can't do anything about it? Because we don't own any utilities, right? So you're at the whim of what other people want to do with you. If we owned utilities, we could have easily said, hey, such and such black company owns a water company 2 states over, we're going to start piping water in. But we don't. So I think that's what he was trying to show. Not only do we have to support black businesses, which is what my brand is about. Black by demand. Buy is spelled B-U-I. So black is for the people, buy is how we practice group economics, demand is for change. So it's not about hating on anyone else, it's just about us tapping into our power and saying, if we want to be in a position where we don't want to be dependent on other people for everything, we got to start making some changes.
Right. I believe that. I really do believe that. Because when I saw that he had to sleep on the bench. He had to sleep on the bench.
Because there's nothing black he could get to.
He had to ride the bike.
Yep. And that was for 3 days.
I know. Oh my God.
Imagine if he'd have tried a month. You know, like he would have been sick and everything else.
And it's just like, how can we do? I mean, I want to do better, but how do we come together and do better?
That's definitely the challenge. My approach to it through BBD is through education. So through my show and with my brand, the brand, I offer them an opportunity to practice group economics and buy a t-shirt, buy a hoodie, right? And then through the radio shows where I provide most of the education, just to try to stimulate a different thought process and make people wake up. Because we have been psychologically conditioned to be on what's known as individualism. We only care about our family and friends. So as long as I'm straight, my wife's straight, the kids are straight, we like, hey, we ain't got nothing to do with it. But the reality is, that's what's kept us in this situation, and we will eventually not be here, and our kids will. We don't need to leave our kids with the same struggle we had. A child can't inherit a job.
Right.
You know, and as Dr. Anderson said, you have to stop letting your kids go get educated and then send them into other people's neighborhoods begging for jobs. We should have the jobs ready for them so they can bring that formal education into your company, into your IT situation, instead of going and making someone else rich who doesn't appreciate you, may not even like you, and may pull the rug from underneath you just when you thought it was getting stable. So I think that's what Killer Mike was trying to show us.
Yeah, he did a good job.
He did a real good job. He's been one of the guys on the forefront, especially with the One United Bank movement. I did a show on the Bank Black Challenge. And Killer Mike brought that to the forefront. It was one of the reasons I went and opened an account online with One United Bank.
Oh, get out of here. Because after you saw it with him?
So just so I can say, hey, I bank black. It's not nothing in there, but I got an account named so that's why I love what you're doing. I love it. That's great.
And then I am independent, but the people who actually do all my books for me, St. Paul Press, they're African American, and they do my promotions and all of that. And I've been with them since the beginning. Because I just wanted to stay that way.
Sure. And it's a great example for us, because we have a whole completely screwed psychology when it comes to that. We think it's something bad. You know, as we say, it's not about anything bad for any other race. It's just you trying to show that you have a concern for your people. You know, we got to stay competitive as a race of people. As much as a lot of us don't like to face it, at the end of the day, you are on a team. Okay? And we seem to be the only people that have a problem with being on our team. You know, like gorillas know they on Team Gorilla. They know they ain't on the Lions team. They ain't got no problem with the Lions. But they just saying, I got to look out for the gorillas. So it seems like as far as other races, they all understand that. When we come forward and say it, our own people say, well, don't you think that's racist? It's like, oh, God, it's not racist. It's really. It's just trying to do for your people. You know, taking responsibility for us. And I think one of the things a lot of us don't know is we'd be surprised how much other races will respect you when they see that you are about your people. They about their people. White people are about white people. Asians are about Asians. Mexicans are about Mexicans. It's time for black people to be about black people. And it's enough for all of us to eat.
I think it is. It really is.
We can all eat.
And have a good time doing it.
Absolutely. So I'm looking forward to reading your book. You know, and if you're available, we'll bring you back on to the BBD radio show where we can talk about it.
Oh,
There's nothing better than getting the insight from the author.
Yeah.
You know, so anything I might have even had a little backwards, you can say, "No, Mike, that's not what I was getting at." Let me tell you what I really mean. So yeah, so that'll be great. That'll be great.
Good.
How much time we got, fellas? All right. Is anybody there? 30 seconds. That's what I thought.
Oh, you could tell?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, last 30 seconds. Why don't you go ahead and plug one more time where they can get your book from?
You can get my book any online retailer. See Natasha Richburg. Any online, just Google me. You'll see all of my books. You'll see my artist, Sonny Dumarce. He's an amazing guitar singer, producer, songwriter. You'll see all of his stuff, and the other stuff is more. Yeah.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys check her out, and I thank you for sitting in with us.
Thank you.
For the BXR Open House. It's been a pleasure interviewing you. I look forward to reading your book and having you back on the Black Bottom Man radio show. I'm your host, Brother Mike, BXR Open House. Thanks for sitting in with us. I'll see you guys next time. Cool beans.
It's the weekly roundup. Here's what happened this week on Cheryl Underwood Radio. And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. Hey, right now we're getting that 60 seconds from here, that political discussion, that news. You can use word on the street from our favorite country lawyer, better known as Judge Harry Sutherland. But next, we got the word of the day. What's the word of the day? Sycophants.
Sycophants, yeah.
Sycophants, yeah. We got that word of the day, and we're going to try to add it to one of our stories. But don't forget, we want you to call us after you watch the State of the Union this week. We want you to tell us how you feel. 1-855-SHERYL-1. Tell us how you feel, and then we're going to tell you what we thought about it. So we want to hear from you before you hear from us on Cheryl Underwood Radio. So, Harry Sutherland, now you say the governor of Virginia, Northrop, is a racist who need to resign. Tell us why. Break it down.
He's a racist because, first of all, if you did something like this, you go ahead and admit it. The first thing he said was, this the one with the black face or the KKK man, I'm not sure if I was one of them. Then the next thing he said, well, I might have been one of them. Then the next thing he said, I was neither one of them, but I was Michael Jackson once when I had a black face in San Antonio.
Right.
All in 48 hours.
Why is it embarrassing, Kyle?
Well, it's embarrassing to keep playing himself. Just shut up, dog.
Shut up. That's right.
That's right.
That's what I was going to say. Why are you talking? Yeah.
Shut up.
See, I beg to differ.
What do you think?
I believe this illuminates the fact that there's bigotry and racism within all political parties.
Absolutely.
And if the Democrats are willing, they will have to clean house of everybody. That means go to your garage, look at all your little yearbooks, look at everything that you did.
Oh, yeah.
But then if you say, well, Kavanaugh passed don't have nothing to do with it for him to become Supreme Court Justice, why does this man pass?
I didn't say that.
Okay, I mean, but that's what they were trying to say. But Courtney don't care. So you could have did it today, tomorrow. You could be thinking about doing it, and she's not going to forgive you. But to me, I guess this is my feeling about it. I think the only reason he should resign is because he's going to be ineffective as the governor, and I think the brother should be lieutenant governor should be the governor, and that'll be the second black governor they had since Doug Wilder, right?
Yes, and that's Justice Fairfax, and the document was called the manumission document.
Manumission, that's what it was. I had never heard of that. Why is it a manumission? What is that?
Well, each state had their own document that would free the slaves or what have you. So that was the title of it in the state of Virginia.
Now people are saying that had he divulged this, or had the Democrats divulged this, it may have stopped all the black people who voted for him.
He wouldn't have won.
For voting for, right?
I don't see it.
See, I don't think that's the issue either. Black people are very forgiving people. They'll say, well, okay, that was back then, but what you doing? What have you done for me lately? But the other thing too, would this be a different story if the lieutenant governor was a Republican? would they be asking to forgive this man so he could stay the Democratic governor? Harry Southern, you say what?
That's a good question, because the Democrats would kind of be a little reluctant to have a Republican governor.
There you go. So now they keep it either way. Kyle, we're going to get your comments on the other side, because I think this connects to our word of the day. This is going to connect. We're going to get Kyle Irby thoughts. Courtney Black, you want to weigh in here? Vic Frost, you want to weigh in here? What are they doing over in Virginia? We're going to give our thoughts when we come back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio and Word of the Day next.
It's the weekly roundup. Here's what happened this week on Cheryl Underwood Radio.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. Hey, we are discussing the governor of Virginia and the necessity for him to resign and let the the lieutenant governor Fairfax step up. But I think the reason he didn't call for him to resign is I don't think he wanted to appear self-serving.
That's right. That's right.
He you know, like, oh, I'm gonna step into this because old boy can't lead.
Right.
Which could cause people to turn on him, right?
Absolutely. So what he'll do is let other people do his fighting for him, like Joe Biden and others. Now, we should fight that fight and leave him out of it. Let him just become in there and be the governor of all the people. But if he take a stand, then he's going to look, like you said, self-serving.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Kyle Irby, you want to say?
I just don't like the apparent political motivations, because I know this is the dude that was involved in the late term abortions, which I really don't understand, but that's a whole other story.
Well, I would say maybe we'll talk about that on tomorrow. Let's talk about that on tomorrow, because what he was explaining was a medical procedure. But to me, it proves the point, Courtney, of him being awkward in articulating things.
Right.
Because he was talking about a medical procedure that I don't think is illegal. And that they did use for, you know, the baby is born and then they do that sort of thing. And I think because the Republicans grasp on it now, I do think it's suspicious that all of a sudden this picture come out after he says that. Then all of a sudden this comes out and it's like, are you holding something to go gotcha?
That's what it feels like, a game of gotcha. And then if there was a Republican person in line, then Democrats may not be pushing so hard.
Right.
It's just don't use us to act like you care about us.
There you go.
Do you care or not?
That's right. Do you care? And it's easy for everybody to go resign. Blackface is never good.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
But and they say it's in the 80s. You know, you should know better. They don't know better.
They don't know
because I'm doing this around people that's cool with it.
Right.
Exactly. Right. It's in a yearbook.
Put it in a yearbook.
That's right.
They saw it as a joke. It's in a yearbook.
That's right. That's right. So is it for the people that put in yearbook, and then the school is like, we're going to investigate this.
Right.
Because the people are saying this happened all the time in the yearbook.
Yeah.
So whose fault really is it? Is it for the people that did it at the party? Yes. Is it for the people that felt like I could put this in the yearbook? Yes. Yes.
Sounds like white America just need a teachable moment.
Thank you there, Courtney.
Moment overall.
Well,
what happens is they're getting new rules.
That's right.
There's new rules for them.
That's right.
So now we're going back and saying, hey, if you violated this rule that's kind of a new rule today,
yes.
If you violated 20 years, 30 years ago, we still mad at you.
We're going to hold you to that.
It shouldn't be a new rule today.
Right.
It should have been a rule 30 years ago.
Right.
But they're just starting to really care about the rule. They're starting to respect the rule.
That's right.
So now they're going to go back and retroactively enforce the rule.
Enforce the rule. That's right. But we're going to continue this discussion on tomorrow. We're going to get to our word of the day, sycophant. It's a noun, sycophant, a servile, self-seeking flatterer.
That's big. Self-seeking flatterer.
That's right. It's borrowed from the Latin word syncophata, borrowed from the Greek word sycophantes, literally one who shows the fig. And fig is perhaps a reference to an apotropaic gesture made by inserting the thumb between the index and the second finger to reveal or to show known. So perhaps to use as such a gesture in denouncing a culprit. This is deep. It was first used in 1575. That is our word of the day, sycophant. Anybody want to use it in a sentence?
President Trump surrounds himself with sycophants.
Go ahead now.
Hey, amen.
That's why it's well worth us taking this long break. Go ahead. Light them up, Kyle. That's our word today, sycophant. Kyle Irvin, you used it great in a sentence. We should have got Harry.
Lord have mercy, Harry.
Hey, Harry, ready? Ready? I wonder if this screw fit the sycophant.
What?
We'll be right back for Show on the Radio. It's time for our HBCU shout out coming up next.
It's the weekly roundup. Here's what happened this week on Cheryl Underwood Radio.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. It's time for our HBCU shout out. And the HBCU shout out is sponsored by Metamucil because I'm a paid endorser for Metamucil. I took the 14-day challenge where I added Metamucil to my diet to promote regularity and to feel what lighter feels like. If you want to join me, go to Metamucil.com, sign up for the 14-day challenge, but there's also a drop down for you to vote for your favorite HBCU, and the HBCU with the most verified votes could possibly win $10,000, and you have until February 28th to vote. Remember, it's void where prohibited by law. 50 states and District of Columbia can participate. You must be 18 years or older to enter. So go to Metamucil.com and let's show some support for our HBCUs. Thank you, Metamucil, for doing that. Who we shouting out today, Courtney Black?
I got Shelton State Community College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Absolutely. Who you got, Kyle Irving?
I'm going to Southern University and Agricultural and Mechanical College in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana. All right, who you got, Jim?
Sure, we're going to go to Rome, Georgia, and Shorter College.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, this one is special to me. Vic, are you getting ready to do this next HBCU?
Yes, indeed.
Go ahead, then.
Want to shout out Orangeburg, South Carolina.
That's right.
South Carolina State University.
Harry Sutherland, don't I have an honorary doctorate from South Carolina State University?
You do, Dr. Underwood.
Thank you very much.
Doctor.
Now, wait a minute.
Doctors.
Now, are we going back to Kyle real quick?
No, we're not. Well, sort of.
You got to.
I might as well.
You got to.
Kyle. We got to do this, Kyle.
Go ahead.
We're going to New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah.
Southern. They call it SUNO. Southern University, New Orleans, Louisiana.
And how do you announce it, Kyle?
Oh, well, that one's not mine. The other one was mine.
Right. That's why I say you got to do yours.
Oh, well, mine is Southern University, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
There you go. Now, Harry, we coming to you.
Can I cut Harry off again? Sorry.
Cut him off.
Yes. South Carolina State again? Darius Leonard, NFL Rookie of the Year.
Yes.
Indianapolis Colts.
Yes.
South Carolina State.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yes.
Nice.
Oh, speaking of the Colts, what is Edgerrin James up for?
He was up for the Hall of Fame, but he didn't get in.
I got a good story. I got a good story. Yeah, man. Harry Sutherland, who you shouting out?
I'm going to go ahead and shout out once again Southern University from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, and don't forget, we will be at the Bayou Classic this year.
Yeah,
it's one of our company field trips. So don't meet us there, beat us there. We want you to get your hotel rooms and everything because it's going to be a sold-out extravaganza.
Yes,
that's right. And who plays, Kyle Irby?
The Southern University Jaguars
against doggone it. Come on now. Come on. We have lived higher education here, and because we believe it's the key to jobs and freedom. And we support HBCUs, especially during Black History Month. Why? Because Black history is American history, but you don't have to be black to get a quality education at the HBCU. We'll be right back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio. Now it's time for Warren Ballantyne's Tell Me Something You Don't Know.
Thank you, Cheryl. This is Warren Ballantyne with Cheryl Underwood Radio. I'm going to tell you something you may not know. Well, we celebrated Rosa Parks' 106th birthday. Rosa Parks, everybody should know her story for not wanting to get up on the bus, but she was not the first person to not give up her seat on the bus, but she was the most influential. It's so much Black history that we do not know. Like, we don't remember that W.E. Du Bois actually designed Chicago. We don't talk about that the Statue of Liberty was actually given to us from France with a black person's face on it, and it had broken chains on the ankles and on the wrists. the original one. The United States refused to take it. We don't celebrate the Haitians who fought literally Napoleon in order to get the Louisiana Purchase, which gave us the West and California. It's so much history we do not celebrate that it's our history as black people, but even more importantly, our history as Americans that we need to be celebrating, not just in the month of February, but every month. I'm Warren Ballantyne, and I hope I told you something you didn't know right here on Cheryl Underwood Radio.
It's the weekly roundup. Here's what happened this week on Cheryl Underwood Radio.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. Hey, we're at the top of the show, getting that 6 seconds from here. That news, you can use that word on the street from our favorite country lawyer, better known as Judge Harry Sutherland. And everybody in the Democratic Party so far, with the exception of President Barack Obama, has asked for the governor of Virginia to resign. I think his name is Northrop. Is that his name? Northrop?
Northam.
Yeah, Ralph, okay. Yeah. So they Ralph. Is it Ralph or Roger?
No, it's Ralph.
Ralph is Ralph?
Yep.
Northam. Right. So the brother Fairfax, who when he was inaugurated had the paper. What is a he said a word for it, Harry Sutherland.
I'm talking about it's
the document that freed his ancestors from Lord Fairfax, and that's where his name came from.
That's right. It was a legal document that.
But he had a name for it, Harry.
I got it right here. It starts with an M. It does.
Yeah, it got a lot of words in it. Find that.
I'll find it for
but the brother ain't saying for him to resign. The governor to resign.
That don't sound like us.
He ain't asked for the resign.
we don't be asking people, hey, we're offended, you resign. Other folks get offended for us.
That's right. So do.
And then they always, let's remove all the statues, and we didn't ask you to do that.
So and they say he kind of backtracked while he signed good laws into place that helped people, especially people of color. He kind of backtracked in the removal of the statues, Confederate statues. But what everybody really mad about is in his medical yearbook, Courtney Black back with the facts, in what, 1984 or something?
1984, that's right.
1984 is Orwellian. That he is. First he said he was one of them dudes. Then he said, I know I wasn't one of them dudes. Then he said, I never got the yearbook. Then he said, I didn't submit the photograph. Then he said, I know I'm not the dude with the blackface because the only time I've done blackface was when I was in the dance contest as Michael Jackson. And you can't get that polish off your face that fast.
It's hard. It's hard to get that off.
But let me show you how I know how to do the moonwalk, because my black staffer Seth said it's racist, and I said I apologize for this, but I'm gonna bust this moonwalk up. And his wife said inappropriate.
Wow.
When she was whispering, she's like, stop it.
Stop.
So
inappropriate.
Harry and I are in disagreement. Because Harry, you believe he should resign.
He should resign. He's a racist. He should resign.
Yeah, he's a racist.
Yeah, this man lied. He lied in 48 hours about 5 times. He did a Donald Trump on.
Is that what politicians do?
Pretty much. They go loud or regular.
And wait a minute, Harry, did you hear the Republicans talk about he need to fire? Gillespie, the dude that, remember the RNC chair that was running against him. He said he need to fire everybody on his opposition research staff because they didn't find his picture.
That's right.
Okay.
Because actually,
well, wait a minute, Harry.
Yes.
We're gonna get you on the other side because we want to hear this uncut the bomb from Judge Harry Sutherland. We know blackface is all the way wrong and off limits, and being in a Klan outfit double down on that. But Harry Sutherland's gonna let us know why the governor of Virginia should step aside and let the brother become the governor. We'll be right back. More Cheryl Underwood Radio.
It's the weekly roundup. Here's what happened this week on Cheryl Underwood Radio.
It's the jump off. Welcome to the Cheryl Underwood Show. Hot topics. We discussing anything. It's a go. We going live now. Got a favorite song? Call into the show. Is he ready? Yeah. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
That's what I'm talking about, Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Yeah.
Let me clear my throat.
Mercy, man.
The Iceman coming. Big Frost. Super producer.
Oh, man.
Listen to me.
Have mercy.
Yeah, when it's cold outside.
Better hold on. Better move.
Yeah. That's right. Harry Sutherland.
Let me clear my throat.
We got a good story.
Like you about to throw up, bro.
That me and Harry been battling over.
That's
that
right.
We're gonna love it, and it's about Democrats this time. Courtney Black back with the facts.
You know that.
Kyle Irby, our male rights activist.
Be a man at all times.
Offset and Cardi B is back together.
Love.
Knew that was coming.
In the entertainment report, and so you boycotting the halftime show, but you can do all the parties.
All everywhere.
We'll talk about that among other things in entertainment. Let me see, and we still got our HBCU shout out at Metamucil 2-week challenge. I'm a paid endorser for Metamucil, and that is why our HBCU shout out will be sponsored by Metamucil all the way through to February 28th, which is the last day for you to sign up for the 2-week challenge or the 14-day challenge, and then after you sign up, vote for an HBCU to possibly win $10,000, and that announcement will be made on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. With myself and J. Anthony Brown. And when we get into the sports bar where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop, we will talk about a little bit of Steve Harvey hosting, because Courtney, you got a chance to check him out on the NFL Honors. We got a lot of sports that the NBA threw some on. Well, did I say sorry? Said it twice. I just said it twice on us while we was watching the football. Who gonna go where? What's gonna happen? And Jim Kelly, owner and proprietor of the sports bar, is in an undisclosed location. Where he's going to bring us some inside sports reports among other things. But we got so many. Where is Kyrie Irving's going to go?
Dropping hints.
Yeah, man. Oh my God, it's going to be so good.
Break up
and
to make up.
I think, that's a good song. Break up to make up. That's all we do.
First, you gotta.
Then you hate me. It's a game for food. Yeah,
that harmony. Cheryl Underwood Radio harmony. Boy,
we off all the keys.
All the keys.
But we still harmonizing.
That's right.
We're harmonizing. Wait, it was something else that we supposed to be. I can't remember, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out when we come back. And also, we need people to call us because is the State of the Unions tomorrow?
Yes, it is. That's right.
Okay, we need people to call us and tell us how you feel. 1-855-SHERIL-1 when you watch the State of the Union, and then we gonna give our thoughts. We want to hear from you before you hear from us about the State of the Union. 1-855-SHERIL-1. We'll be right back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio. Can you impersonate Michael Jackson and still be the governor of Virginia? We're going to talk about it when we come back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio. And now it's time for Cheryl Underwood Radio's 60-second moment in music history. Give it to me, Tyrone Dubois.
Thanks so much, Cheryl. I'm R&B historian Tyrone Dubois with a 60-second moment in music history. Nancy Wilson was born in Chillicothe, Ohio, being influenced by the sounds of Dinah Washington, Laverne Baker, and Nat King Cole, among others. She landed a job performing twice a week as a teen on her own local television show called Skyline Melody. She met jazz saxophonist Cannonball Adderley, who gave her advice on shaping her career. Her debut album, called Like in Love, debuted in 1959. On the charts, her first single, called Save Your Love for Me, reached number 11 in 1962. The biggest single of her career was a remake of the stylistic song You're As Right as Rain that reached number 11 on the national R&B charts. Her biggest single on the pop charts was You Don't Know How Glad I Am in the year of 1964 that reached number 11 on the pop charts and became a Grammy Award-winning single. She also had her own Emmy-winning variety series in the 60s. She passed away in December 2018. Nancy Wilson cultivated the style of a poised yet passionate sophisticate. For more information, you can go to my website, rnbhistorian.com. I'm America's R&B historian, Tyrone Dubois, for Cheryl Underwood Radio.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Oh my God. Welcome back.
Munch time.
It's the open house. Hold on, let me look.
It was the open house. We finished. We should have gave
15 minutes.
Okay.
You guys missed it though.
You did.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. He had chicken. Yep.
Yeah, it's just dry blood.
Oh, we like.
Yeah.
What was you doing? Why is there blood on your chest?
It's gone.
We still see the line.
Stop rubbing it. It's.
I'm not touching nothing in here.
Turn your mic on.
My mic is on.
Oh, move it. Put it in your bosom. Not that. The mic.
Don't put it down.
Down in your bosom.
You know that's my safe place.
Oh my God.
That's the safe place.
Ooh, oh my God. Is it going now?
Okay, is that better?
Is it going?
Yes.
Is it going?
It's not. So
It's a well. He cut himself, so it's not. That's.
What was you doing?
He was shaving.
He was doing it while. You gotta slow down.
I don't see nothing.
Okay, can we get hi,
Y'all coulda
guys?
talked. Y'all coulda talked
I mean,
about
we
yourself.
steady trying to.
You're so selfish. So this was the open house for first one for 2018. 19.
Yes.
I'm sorry because I did that twice.
Wasn't in the future.
Right. In the past.
Yeah, we just went back.
So we had an awesome time. We have some incredible individuals. We have a new show coming.
Yes, that's
Let's
good.
talk about it.
That might mean I have to come back to work.
It's gonna be on Thursdays.
Oh, we added
That
two
mean I
words
gotta
to
come
one of the
back
old
to
shows
work?
we saying. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk.
The old show we saying. Let's talk.
Let's talk about it. Radio show.
Okay.
We'll have more details coming soon.
That was Sharon's show. Let's talk.
Oh, it was. Sorry, Sharon.
But it's about it.
About it.
Yeah.
So, how y'all? We had banana bread.
I know, and I'm exhausted now.
No roaches came out of the aluminum foil.
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding.
I don't know, but that must have been an inside joke because I ain't get it.
We had Black by Demand here today. He gave us some
Oh,
nice
you didn't even put your shirt
t-shirts.
on.
I know, I ain't had time.
Somebody hair was on here.
Monny's.
Just looked like a purple hair. Who the hell had purple hair?
Not me this time.
Oh, that but that was that that it is what it is.
Oh, that's residue from last night.
Right. Residue.
Hi.
So we got Miss Nicole back.
Yes, hi guys.
She's been on a sabbatical, making them ducats.
You know, something like that.
I'm exhausted.
What did you do?
I am too.
I don't know.
He made banana. He made one big banana bread.
I didn't get in the house until 10 o'clock this morning.
I only saw one.
So.
He's stealing.
I only saw one.
Yes, you only saw one. Okay. Okay.
I only saw one. But we had a good time.
We did.
We got a little bit of time left, so let's get into some little bit of hot topics real quick.
Oh no.
I don't have anything in front of me, but I do know that Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, we got a settlement.
But I have a problem with the settlement.
Oh wait a minute, what?
Secret settlement. And my problem with the secret settlement is that if we've been, behind you all this time, you can't have a secret settlement because it might be the secret settlement.
But it may not be him though.
The knee no more.
No, but it may not be him, right? It may be them having
That's
stipulations.
What I'm saying. The settlement is from them with a whole bunch of demands. We'll give you all this money, and you can't bend the knee no more.
And you have to stop that.
But does that mean he's now unbanned?
But if that's the case, this wasn't for you. You got banned because of what you were doing.
Right. So basically, what you're saying is, what you're saying.
But I don't think he caved though.
Is this settlement going against everything that he has pushed?
But I think probably some
paid off of our backs now. With this
but I think he probably put stipulations like they had to do because they just gave money towards HBCU.
Right, but if that's the stipulation, then why you not telling us?
Because it was them. They probably
might have made it.
Yeah, they had
right,
to make
but then there's no benefit to us. Because we still backing you.
But see, this is the thing.
So you want him to lose his job and the money?
My thing is, if they made it,
staying on your ground. If you was doing something for us and to benefit us with police brutality, then we need to know.
So you gonna let Colin come stay with you?
To understand why we're backing you.
Well, see what
because you done started a foundation over this.
Yeah,
I'm upset. I'm pissed. I want to know how much motherfucking money they gave you.
You gave him some money?
I didn't give you shit, and I would never.
But the thing they
tell me where I
but they probably put the gag order on
they
it.
probably put a gag order because let me tell you why. Because if they are doing all of these things to push forward what he's driving towards, they still
because
have
they
to
had the
protect,
wackest Super Bowl ever, so
they still have to they still trying to protect their investors or their people that were against it, and they're trying to save their face.
I understand that,
but I understand what you're saying too.
That you had this mission,
but they gave it
the
to
backs of
but
us.
they only did this because they had the worst Super Bowl in history off of this.
On the backs of this, we stopped watching the NFL. On the backs of this, and you mean to tell me that you're gonna make secret deals? I wasn't.
Did you even watch Gladys Knight?
I don't even know what she
is.
But no, but
it was probably out of his control. That was probably the stipulation.
Yeah, it's not out of your control because you can say no.
Would you say no?
Yeah, it depends. It depends. It depends on what I can say because you got followers.
He probably gonna talk about it. He probably can talk about the fact that what he probably got from.
My thing is,
he just got it though.
Thursday.
It's
Saturday. Press conferences happen every minute, every hour of every day.
Yeah, but the ink is still wet. They
I don't care.
But this probably got a lot of discrimination out of it. Like they probably still go kneel. Like I think it's still gonna be those things.
But why is it secret?
Because of them.
Right. But what you just said is he probably got what out of it? What you just said?
I mean, he probably got the lump sum settlement, which he deserves, because he spent not only a lot of his savings on still giving back over these, 4 or 5 years now? Mm-hmm. Like, he's still been giving his money, so I think he deserves it for just that. I mean,
I'm not saying he deserves it. I just don't like the secret aspect.
But it's not often him. It's probably out of his control.
If there was a gag order inside of that, or
he should have said no to the
inside of that, then that's what you shouldn't have settled for, because you should be able to talk, because that was the whole point. Mm-hmm. You started a movement, and then you got to shut up.
Well, he probably still will talk about it.
Well, I'll wait to see, because I haven't seen it yet.
Right? He probably can't talk about.
To tell us about it.
He probably can't talk about the amount.
I don't care about the amount. I just want you to tell me what was resolved.
I think he gonna play in the press conference.
If I see him in a game, then I'll know. And if I see him in a game, and
I don't think they gave him his job back though. I don't think any team is gonna pick him up though.
Then there was no point. He just got a monetary benefit.
That's all they needed.
Then he didn't win. He didn't win.
He would have made that amount of money in his lifetime anyway.
He really didn't win.
But that's kind of the same. That's kind of the same thing that happened with what's his name? You know what I'm talking about. Why? I'm looking at this man.
Freddie Gray?
The Raven. No.
Oh, Raven.
What's his name? He hit his wife.
Oh yeah, when they fired him, yeah.
Right. That's kind of the
same. And they didn't talk.
Rice.
Ray Rice. Yes, it was right there. But that's kind of the same thing that happened with him. Like he's still doing he's even still doing things here in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. He has an organization, but they paid him that money, but and like opened him up, but no team still will. Like he can be drafted. Like I mean, somebody can pick him, but there's no.
I think, and that's the same thing. But he probably got them to say, okay, we'll do this. We'll give money to these organizations. So we'll help your foundation do this.
And that's what I'm still stipulating. If he got a non-disclosure agreement that he can't talk about what happened in that deal, how are you still okay with being blackballed?
Because it probably benefited his foundation. It probably benefited the work that he's already doing. He just can't talk about it. You will see it happen.
Honestly, I don't. If it was me, after being in a situation like this, I wouldn't want to go back. I wouldn't want to go play for the NFL.
Because they're not going to treat him the same.
I wouldn't want to. Like I just really wouldn't, because it's like
probably not going to get no playing time.
If y'all did me like this, why would I still put myself out there to make y'all money?
Then why gag them?
Because they don't want us to.
They don't want to lose all of the money that they can possibly.
Worse.
It is. True. But they had to do something, because this Super Bowl, the ratings were absolutely down.
Right.
So a lot of their sponsors, and they probably lost a lot of money due to sponsorships. No. And in terms of their sponsors, they probably had to give back money, refund money, because you promised this amount of or percentage of viewers, and they like, we can't tell you, most people can't tell you what happened. All we can tell you is who won.
Who won?
We were watching Big Brother House. It was more people watching Big Brother House than was watching the Super Bowl.
Can we talk about that for a minute? Because I'm still like...
You mad that Tamar won?
No, I'm not mad that she won. I'm actually glad she won.
Yeah, Tamar won.
That's why I sent you the message. But...
So you not watching TV at all?
I didn't watch it yet.
But what upset me about the whole thing, I was glad that she won. I mean, I was absolutely...
I had a feeling she was.
I was absolutely glad that it was two black people sitting there.
Yeah.
It was either way.
Well, that's why.
No, the black
and I
guy.
think when he do it,
yeah.
when he do a interview, he's gonna probably say that's what he wanted. He wanted because it would have been him and a white woman, and he didn't. He didn't want that, even though he's married to a white woman.
I wanted. I was glad that she won, but I was so pissed off at the fact that she got on that TV and made it seem like this was the saving grace for her. Like, she literally said on TV,
probably telling the truth
on TV, like, "No, I can buy my son a house." And I'm just like, Tamar, like.
But she probably walked away from that marriage with nothing.
I understand that.
But child support.
But at the same token, that's still, to me, it was just like, it just seemed. That's what I'm saying. Like, she cannot be. She was like, I was homeless. That was a part of her speech. I'm homeless, and so then it was like when she won, it was just like, oh my gosh, I can thank you. I can buy my son a house. She
ain't gonna do that. She gonna buy
a nice ass condo in the sky.
That's what she has now.
That's what I'm saying. She got that nice ass condo in the sky.
But she used to Tony taking care of it. She went from Tony's mansion to his mansion. Like that's what she used to. That's why to her she homeless and she lost it all.
I was so upset with her.
I wasn't shocked that she won. Like, everybody was afraid of her, but nobody thought she was a threat to them. But they would worry more about Candy.
I seen she was a threat because she was conniving the whole entire season.
Right, but nobody thought of. I think they just kept writing her off. Like she will get herself.
She turned that Candy thing around real quick though. I guess she was like, I might need a song on that.
Right. They probably was in that. Like,
I might need a song.
Right, need a song.
You get with her.
That's right, this song.
You might need a song,
This was the highest rated
thing on it.
Right.
This was one of their highest rated Big Brothers that they've had in a long time. Like I think they really casted this well. It was casted well.
No. I watched it all the way through.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't watched the last one, but
I didn't watch. I just saw the last one. I think I saw the clips. You know, how they see the clips.
And part of me felt like Dina Lohan was gonna win. Cause she was like being like ditzy the whole time.
But that's her real life.
Yeah, but
that's her real life. You can't play it off that.
Oh, that was the Lohan girl.
Yeah, that was her mother.
The mother.
They looked just alike.
I didn't pay no attention.
Dina Lohan.
Now that I'm looking at her again, I do remember.
I'm shocked.
What else is there to talk about for 2 minutes?
It's over.
It's over. All right, you guys. Well,
gotta eat the chicken.
That was awesome. Got some chicken to go and take home. Yeah.
I'll be back on Tuesday. I don't know about names.
I'll be back. Wait a minute. Tuesday. What's happening Tuesday?
Yeah, I won't be here on Tuesday, you guys.
I'll be back
at work. But
so what's happening with your job? Like,
I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Yes, it's fun.
It's fun.
I don't do too much.
That's always.
It's fun. It's fun.
The best type of job.
Yeah.
Where you can chill.
Yeah. I'm actually excited to go.
Well, I haven't been fired.
Everybody came through to the open house.
Yes, thank you everybody that came.
Roy, Undecyded.
For Roy.
Young Ridiculous.
You call him Roy. That's why you got that cut on your chest.
Ooh.
I'm not feeding in. You see no emotion. No emotion.
It was bleeding. What was you doing?
No emotion.
He is laughing.
No emotion.
Oh, dude.
Ain't that it?
What are you talking about? No, what you won't do.
Oh no!
It's over.
Please.
It's over.
We will see you guys at the next one. I am out of it.
The roach spray has gotten to
I'm out of here.
I'm
out of here.
Turn it off. Turn your mic. Turn his mic off.
It's the weekly roundup. Here's what happened this week on Cheryl Underwood Radio. And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. We're in the sports bar where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. Before we get into sports, you know, it is where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. We were talking in the break about the Liam Neeson, the governor of Virginia, those situations where people are being awkwardly honest. And then I chalk it up to that. They're trying to purge themselves of something that they knew was wrong back in their past, or even come to self-discovery. But now everybody's attacking them. And I'm saying, don't you want people to be honest? Don't you want people to see that they made a mistake? Don't you want people to say, listen, I did this back then?
That's right.
It's like almost like a gotcha. You know, there'll be nobody left if you're looking for what is that in the Bible? We gotta call the bishop.